I'm starting this week, so
Hey,
I don't even want to hear
I think
it.
I offered you. I think I offered you a trade in the one Dueling Aces league.
Ouch.
In George's league.
Yeah.
I haven't been on there all week, so I haven't seen it.
Yeah, I know. It's still sitting there. I get that one icon that says trade.
Yeah, Acres. I sent him a trade too, and he hasn't looked at it either. So
Here we
don't
go.
feel bad.
Take a quick look here.
It's going to be. I'm guaranteeing you're going to reject it.
Actually, it came up, but when I touched it, it went
It would
away.
help you now, but it would hurt me for at least another week or two.
Yeah, I wouldn't touch Gronk. I think he's done.
I'm just trying to get rid of his ass.
He really seems done.
I wanted something for him.
Yeah, I mean, the Elliott trade is interesting, but like Dallas just sucks, and their defense is so bad. They're throwing the ball the whole damn game.
I know, and that's why it's like it sucks because it's like every year I get Zeke. This is what happens.
There ain't no trade there.
Oh yeah, in one of them, I've sent you a trade.
I've seen it. I touched it, and it went away.
That's what she
just like all your women.
Thank you, Dirk. Thank you.
Trade. I viewed the trade. It loaded up, and then it went back to my team. I'm like, okay.
Oh, Dirk, thank you. It was way too easy.
That's all right. I offered Burrich one that I'm really happy he refused. A couple weeks ago, I offered him Derrick Henry for Julio.
Who drops Derrick Henry?
Who drops him?
Drops.
Oh yeah, by the way, I did pick him up in your one league, George. Somebody dropped him, and I saw Henry sitting there. I'm like, snatch.
How the fuck?
That had to be the Ohio League.
Yes.
Yeah, it was. And here's the fucked up thing. He drops Derrick Henry and picks up Hunter Renfrow.
Don't ask. Don't ask.
Wow.
Oh, I'm not.
Hey,
I thought it was a mistake.
Hey, we all have the Fruit Loops in every single division.
That's one of the things, like I said, thank God he's seen that first, because I had player drops. I could drop them all day. Like, I lost my running back, Chubbs, and I'm looking around out there, and I'm like, he dropped fucking Henry?
Like I said, we got Fruit Loops in every single league. It's gonna happen.
Wait, am I the Fruit Loop in our league?
I'm
You're the Fruit Loop in every league.
I'm not naming names. I'm just stating that there are Fruit Loops in each league.
I gotta turn it
Anybody that thinks Stafford's a top 5 quarterback, yeah.
Hey, you know what? That's not Fruit Loops. That's Fruity Pebbles.
Well, either or. I mean, I like both.
What the hell was that?
That was a helmet.
Yes, it was.
I don't know what you're talking
Wow. Burrish with the FU Acres ×4.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got something out for him.
He's been
loving some
acres.
What's up, Dalton, Colleen, Ray, Mr. Burrich by remote at the bowling alley? What's up?
Hey, don't forget, you can't be a spectator. You gotta go to the bar if you're gonna be a spectator.
Oh man, we got some foreign stuff going on here. J'adore Stafford. Oui.
What's happening?
C'est une autre fille. Comme si, comme ça.
It's a new rule at the bowling alley. If you're not bowling, you have to be in the bar.
Yeah. No, we ain't getting that. Hey, that's a conversation for another show. We ain't going there. We will turn around and jump briefly in through Major League Baseball as they are
Do we have to?
winding it into the semifinals, and the small shocker that the Atlanta Braves are sneaking right on through so far, 2-0. So that's, a little surprising. And the Cheaters, of course, are also winning 2-1. Tampa Bay and New York play tonight. They're tied up at 1 apiece. And of course, the Dodgers and Padres also play tonight.
Now, who was it that had that legendary bat flip yesterday?
That was Atlanta.
That was a thing of
That was Acuna, wasn't it?
Oh my God. Yeah. Acuna.
I did.
Oh yeah. That was
a
awesome.
Flip.
Because Miami keeps beaning him. He is the most beaned person by the Miami Marlins. There's no in particular reason. They just said he just happened to be the guy. So when he jacked the thing, he was just like, yeah, up yours. And then the next time he was up, guess what happened? He got beamed again.
Well, yeah, I mean, when you do that kind of bat flip, you're going to get beamed.
Oh,
But it's worth it.
Yeah, it was the best bat flip I've seen in a long time.
Carlos Guillen with the bat flip spit for the Tigers about 6 or, well, probably 10 years ago now was a good one too. Off of, what's his name? But whatever.
Mike Johnson says, "Hey guys, 5:12 p.m. here in Phoenix, Arizona."
Damn,
I
did
am
you see
who?
Burris's
Whoa,
comment?
Burrich. Them are fighting words. Oh my.
Zoltan
Burrich.
Durkin are twins.
Dude, only in the way like Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito are twins.
Oh god.
Which is funny because they're remaking that movie.
Oh no. One of the scary things out of that baseball, 7 teams out of the Central Division made it into the playoffs,
And that one's
and
left.
6 of them got
Oh, yeah.
eliminated right out of round 1. 6 out of 7.
Yeah.
I had to sit there and look back at that and go, wait a minute, that's everybody? Wow, that's pretty disgusting.
Well,
You,
one of
you
them's gotta
thought
get-
that the
wasn't
Central
playing
might have been
good.
like the strongest division
No.
since they had the most teams, and apparently not.
Nope.
That's pretty damn sad.
Reminds me. What we got?
Okay, Adam, what are you doing?
I'm playing around, sorry.
Okay,
I changed it up again.
just make sure.
Shut up, Zolt. You watch the Lions every week.
That's a little better.
You think? You willing to put money on that?
Wow.
You already lost one bet. I mean, you really to lose
Oh.
another.
Hey, there's still
No
there's
time.
still a lot of time left. A lot of time left. I've
look
got
good,
one
look
for
good.
Suds out of the hockey. I mean, he's really got to see this name. I thought this was impressive.
Ooh, what do
Dude
we got?
from Finland. Dude from Finland.
Yeah.
This thing, this is a thing of beauty.
Urshi Gergen.
Try this pronunciation.
Oh, my.
Told you.
Go ahead, Dave.
Well,
Good.
Pulya Yarvi.
Pretty Garvey.
It's
Yeah,
not the first time that last name has popped up.
thank you. Because I was like, damn, Suds has
Told you.
got to
It doesn't
check that
have-
one.
I've seen worse than that before.
Although, to be honest, the first J might even be silent. You know, it
No,
might just
you
be
nailed it.
Puljujärvi.
You nailed it right
Okay.
on. You nailed it
Puljujärvi.
right on. I was like, ooh, okay, yeah, I'm not going to try butchering that one. Nope.
I am
No
the
thanks.
Houston
NHL
lost.
name
Houston
Rosetta
lost.
Stone.
Yeah, right.
Oh,
Especially for a guy from Finland, no less.
Yeah.
You don't do survivor picks for hockey.
that is why
do you?
we have you on the show, Zolt.
That's,
Wait a minute, wait
it's
a minute.
Really, the
Urshi
only reason.
Gergen.
Didn't I see something in the group chat about the Red Wings drafting a guy from some
Well,
other?
they
Sweden.
drafted like 12 guys.
No, the first round pick had like a total normal name, but he was from Sweden. It was weird.
Yes,
Oh, okay.
Lucas Raymond.
Yeah, Lucas Raymond. I'm like, he's from Sweden?
Okay, that's a new one.
All right. Let's
All
go
right.
for it.
Yeah,
That's fair.
that's pretty wild.
And the captain we trust.
Did anybody else, because once we know Suds gets in later, anybody else want to chew out LeBron James real quick?
Oh, we 10
The floor-
seconds in by now?
The floor is open for the
He
whiny
walked
little.
off for 10
The
seconds.
floor was
Who
already
cares?
open. He just walked off of it.
At least he didn't get a
I
cramp
did
this
not
time.
see or hear about this, so I'm out of the loop.
Oh my God. I turned the game on and I'm like, are we serious about this right now? And I'm like, okay, it's 115 to, I think it was 92. I think that's what it was. 115 Miami, 92. And Miami's getting ready to pass the ball in. And literally 3 Lakers, one being LeBron. I'm pretty sure the other one was AD, but I'm not sure. I couldn't really verify that. Literally, as soon as he passes the ball in, they all 3 just walk to the corner. They're off the field. Everything.
Court.
It's still a field. Off the playing field and everything. into the locker room before time expires.
How much time was left on the clock?
10
10
seconds.
seconds.
Okay.
So all they're gonna do is
That's a
dribble it
lot.
out anyway. So I don't see the big deal with it.
Yeah, but the
But
problem is
that's the
that
thing, though. That's poor
the ball went out of
sportsmanship.
bounds. Didn't the ball go out of bounds and they had to turn around and bring
Shot
5
clock
Yeah.
violation,
back
I
onto the
thought.
floor?
They had 0.7. They had 0.7 time remaining because Miami did something.
And yeah, and the ball went out of bounds or whatever, and they're like, "Hey, guess what? You need to pull 5 guys on the floor so you can finish out this second."
Well, that's like a couple years ago when Minnesota choked it to, or Minnesota beat New Orleans in that choke job, and everybody just went to the locker room and their punter took the snap as a quarterback for the final play for kneel down.
Yep,
Very similar.
yep, same crap. All I know is I hope it's over Friday. That way it can be just quick, said, done, and nobody has
That's
to worry
why I
about the
was hoping
NBA
Miami's
until
going to win last
Christmas.
night.
You know what? I'm hoping for Miami to win because Duncan Robinson goes from non-scholarship kind of transfer student to Michigan to playing in the NBA finals and shooting like 43% from the three. Go blue. Go blue.
I'll second that.
Well, Miami had a chance to come back last night and go with that game, but here we go with all the whistles again. It was frustrating. I was bouncing between that and the Rays game last night, and every time I turned the Rays on, the Rays were hitting a homer, so I had to keep flipping back. It's 1-1, bottom of the third. Yeah, I mean, Miami's playing really well right now. It's shockingly that I haven't seen Crowder in so long. Like I said, I haven't watched basketball in a long time. And watching the game last night and seeing how big Crowder was, I was like, no, my God, I cannot believe how big he is.
Newsflash: basketball players are big.
That's not true. You should have seen the white boy off of LA. I swear to God, I thought it was Steve Blake. It's not. It's Coco.
The smallest basketball player is my height.
Yeah.
This dude is like Casper on the court. Like, I mean, what?
Actually, the smallest you're taller than 5'6", I think, aren't you, Andrew?
Well, I was being facetious and
As I
hyperbolic.
say, smallest basketball player is Muggsy Bogues.
Hyperbole.
Yeah, he was like 5'6".
He could dunk.
Surprisingly, yeah.
All right.
Web, right? Yeah.
Well, let's get on to our wonderful debacle that they call the NFL.
Do you even want to see our
The Titans keep screwing the pooch. What's
Yeah, no
what's
shit.
the latest details on that list on who's the COVID list?
Corey Davis made it on there. So if
Christ.
you have him, throw him on IR.
The whole
Yeah, I had him.
team is on IR. They're not going to play this week. Come on now.
Yeah,
Well,
it's gonna be a
it's a
second bye week.
forfeiture now, so
Oh, would it be a
Is that
forfeiture?
official?
it's a forfeiture now.
Or is that speculation? Because I've heard
Nope.
speculation of that, but I have not heard that officially.
Well, the Bills will love that then, won't they?
Yes, they will.
It's
Problem with
called
the
a bye-week W.
Yeah, so the problem with the Titans was basically the NFL told them they couldn't do anything, and then Ryan Tannehill and a bunch of players went freaking off-site and held a practice on their own, and some guy videotaped it, sent it to the NFL, and now they're basically pretty much Tennessee's been told if they miss any other games, they're forfeiting moving forward because they
When did
basically
that-
broke every rule in the book.
And
When did that
next
come
time-
out?
And next time when you go to a high school thing, you turn around and make sure you got people on the lookout. So if some idiot does have a camera and is filming, he gets the snot beat out of him.
You
The
think
day and
he's
age we
playing
live in, though, isn't it?
fantasy football against Tennessee?
Probably.
You got
It's
Derrick
like-
Henry? Not this week.
You know what, guys? I'm going lone wolf. I'm picking the Titans this week.
You can't. It's an automatic.
Oh, so
Yeah,
they
they're
were.
gonna go for him.
And we don't really want to bring up Lone Wolf because
They already.
that
They
damn-
already called it, and it's an official. You know that game will not be played. It's an official forfeiture.
it's
Not yet.
getting closer. We will find out probably by Friday.
I was gonna say, I think it's Friday.
So we still have to pick the game.
Ooh.
Yeah,
We may have some
You pick
fantasy
the game, take the
implications.
W.
yeah. I was gonna say, and you don't want to bring up Lone Wolf because that
No.
freaking Burrich, bite it, Burrich, pulls off another 12 Lone Wolf's a win. And then there's a trio of cellar dwellers. It's myself, Mr. Zoltan, Mr. Durkin.
Yeah.
Not me.
But it wasn't really, I mean, it was still low because we all turned around and had 8s. But then there were a couple people with 9s who could have been right there too. And then we had 110 and 3 11s. And then, of course, Burrich with the freaking Eagles lone wolf game gave him the 12. So
What did he know about that game that we didn't? That's why he chose the Eagles, because nobody would have ever
he
chose the
is
Eagles.
No, there was nothing to know. That was all San Francisco blowing that game.
I don't know, because the trick of the deal was that, you know, he's sitting there and he flip-flopped apparently with you know, he's doing Gatton sheet like Akers does. And the goof, he turned around and he flipped the Texans and the Vikings pick versus what he had on our sheet. And I was like, oh, way to go, genius. I was like, if he would have stuck to his guns on that, he would have turned around and had 13 on this sheet. I was like, damn. But
I know what his Thursday night pick is.
yeah.
That just came across. Well, it didn't just come across. Came across 15 minutes ago.
Not in my chat.
But
No, because we're in a different pick 'em. Me and Bert.
Oh, okay.
so current standing totals, Burrich has hit 50.
Fuck you, Bert.
I had
Sorry,
11.
it's not 10:30.
Yes.
My God, Bert is running away with this thing.
This is
It doesn't matter because I mean he's not even here, so it's really you could just get rid of that column. I mean, it's the other columns that
You got
matter.
a goose egg there.
Why does
and-
Schroz have a 0 in week
Hey,
1?
George, I have a question for
Right here.
the group.
Well, look
If
at
it
this.
so-
Look at this.
Well, he has a 0 for week 1.
5,
Because he didn't pick
was
any.
not
because he wasn't here.
He
wasn't
wasn't
here.
And let me point that out. He wasn't here, and he's this close,
And
Okay.
Almost
he's
got
right
you.
with
and is right with everybody, and he missed a week.
Why
George,
would
I have a
anybody
question for the
ever
group.
listen to
Would
us?
would the group feel comfortable giving me the average score for week 1?
I'd be fine with that.
no.
Yeah,
Hang on,
he
hang on,
has
hang
me
on.
and Zolt.
What,
Fuck
hang on,
no.
what average score? Your average score or the
No, no,
average
no.
of
The
everybody?
average score.
The average of everyone else for that week.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
To balance it out.
I was gonna say, I think outside of Adam's 6, that's the only thing that really brings it down a little. But no, between our 8
Hey,
and
fuck
our
off, George.
9, yeah, it's kind of like one of those things of, you know, the alternating, hey, you know, it's like, hey, can you remember? Don't worry. Maybe we might get, once we get into week 11 or 12, we'll turn around and quiz him, have him shut down his computer and go, all right, can you remember who won in week 1?
Yeah.
So George, would it be
Who
reasonable to
played
give me a
week
9 or 8 or a 9 for the first week just to balance it out so you don't have to do averages?
Yeah,
I'm for that. I think that's fair. Like, it's
Yeah,
not
I'm
his
okay
fault he
with that.
wasn't here.
yeah.
Hey,
That's just 2 votes. But
yeah, sure.
Hey,
Sure.
I'm the commish. I can do what I want.
Well, we know you will reject trades whether people want to trade or not.
Well, good. Then take my 6 from week 1 and put it to a 9 as well.
Doesn't quite work that way.
It's worth a shot.
Yeah, it was.
if you're not cheating,
Alright.
you're not trying.
Right?
Okay, Suds.
Mr. Jason, watching all the way from Cali. What's happening, dude? Hopefully you're staying nice and cool out that way. Let's roll on into tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night.
Zolt,
Prison inmate game of the week.
What is-
Oh wait, that's
what
a
do I
different
do?
game.
we got Sudsy.
Who's playing tomorrow night?
Bears and Bucks, ain't it?
Bucks and the Bears.
Bucks and Bears.
And I'm not dealing with the Bears no more. Screw the Bears.
Yeah, no shit.
Oh, you're gonna jump off them because Nick Foles is starting?
No, I'm sick and tired of it. Every freaking time Suds is picking the Bears, and then all of a sudden he doesn't pick the Bears, and everybody else picks the Bears, and it's like, to hell with it. I'm staying away from it.
Them, like between them, the Colts, and the Texans, those are the teams that like. It's like no matter what I
And
pick,
the
they
AFC South is jacked. Yeah, pretty much. even though he is not here, Big D turned around and his prediction is Tampa Bay 23, the Bears, and I do mean the Bears 20. He thinks this is going to be a close game.
That's a little too high for the Bears, I think.
13 maybe might be.
14 to 17 for the Bears.
Evans, of course, is questionable. Pisa
Yep.
starts Scotty Miller, Ron Jones.
The
Cameron
problem is Scotty
Brate.
Miller's questionable.
Yeah.
Fournette, Godwin out, of course.
Godwin's out. McCoy's out.
Bears start A-Rob, sit Montgomery. Well, yeah, I was going to say anybody starting
Cohen's
Montgomery
dead.
is like really desperate for this week.
Actually, Montgomery hasn't been terrible once Cohen went down. Once Cohen went down, Montgomery, they actually letting him catch the ball on occasion, or at least throwing it at him.
Right, but he's pretty much figuring rushing wise, he's not going to see anything. I mean, it's going to be a log jam.
Yeah, and it's a rough one just because Tampa Bay, their offense is just looking so beat up right now. But at the same time, it's the Bears. I'll go Bucks, but it's going to be a close one.
Well, I agree. I mean, the Chargers gave them a run for their money, and all of a sudden Brady goes bananas last week.
Top 5
He's the
quarterback
GOAT.
right there.
Oh, wow.
Jesus.
Yeah,
Well,
wow.
the Chargers got a quarterback though, right?
Still top 5 quarterback.
Chargers.
Chargers have a quarterback, right?
It looks like
Yeah.
it.
Is it? Yeah, they got that Herbert. Or
Yeah, that
Herbert
Herbert kid.
whatever his name
That's
is.
going to be a disaster what they do when Tyrod comes back. Because how can you freaking bench him?
You're
when the
not
doctor
going to
messed
bench
up?
him. Yeah, you're not going to bench him. You're
Hey,
not
ask Drew
gonna bench him.
Bledsoe how that works out.
He just punctured his other lung this time.
Yeah.
He
Well,
goes, he
if
goes
you-
to Buffalo, gets replaced. He goes to Cleveland, gets replaced. He goes out to LA, he's getting replaced 3 times in a row.
Time to
Sounds like your
replay.
love life, don't it, Akers?
Oh, hey, hey,
Oh,
hey,
dude.
hey,
It's got
Sorry.
8:30.
Oh, dude.
hey, Doug.
It's
Oh,
week
yeah.
5 and
Pick
the
a team.
hate is flowing.
That was
Doug.
definitely a Birds kind of comment there.
Yeah, it was.
Tampa Bay 21-17.
We have to pick
If we're-
scores now?
No,
All right, if we're
I'm just
calling
saying.
scores, I'll
I'm
go
just-
19-17.
No,
No,
Good
I'm
year.
just saying. Okay. I'm just saying.
Durkin, Bucks, or the Bears.
Well, it's Big Nick versus Limp Tom. So
And Limp Tom wins every time.
yeah, you never bet against Brady. I'm going with the Bucks.
Akers.
TFB, Tampa fucking Brady.
I thought it wasn't 10:30 yet.
It's not.
Sean.
We're back on Facebook. We're good.
I don't know what I'm allowed
Adam.
to say.
Give me the Bucks.
Mr. Burrich actually went with the Bears.
Good.
He actually
We-
said
we-
Tampa, and then he switched it.
Nope,
what's
he
up?
never, in the message back to me, that was the very first thing on the list. There was no changing. There was no changing at all.
Sounds like FU Akers has some inside info.
Well, he may be chatting with them from the bowling alley.
Cheater.
I'll take Tampa, please. Wait, let me pull Tampa back. I'm sorry. I really want the Bears.
You're locked.
Akers took his tampon out. Or Tampa out.
The Rams at WFT.
Oh, George. Bucks. I don't think
Oh.
you got me.
That's how he's got
Oh.
0. You see how you don't even pick him.
Shit.
You're
No,
tucked there in
no,
the corner.
I see.
You can't even see.
No,
Just give me,
no, no,
just
no.
give me whoever wins. I'll take them.
No, it's because I'm sorry, because when I did the spreadsheet and I just did the whole copy paste, you weren't on the list.
Oh,
You
well,
weren't on the list.
so
Sorry,
click them
guys.
off, X them out.
No.
Bye-bye.
Sorry.
You are the weakest link.
Hey, I may be the
Goodbye.
only one that has a chance of catching Burridge, so you guys gotta keep me in.
Oh, here we go.
Wow.
This fucking-
I gotta go with the Bucks
Last
too.
year,
That'll-
I jumped in last year on this pick'ems and almost caught the leader.
All
Well,
right, let me-
if we're doing the WTF team, so Haskins
Kyle-
gets
Kyle Allen?
benched.
Oh my.
Not only does he get benched, he's the number 3
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
yeah,
behind
So
Alex Smith.
he's
So it's
went
Kyle
way
Allen and
down.
Alex Smith. I mean, unless this is just a message being sent.
but if I'm sorry, but
And
I
Haskins
mean,
had a good game.
you, and you seriously you skipped over Alex Smith, which means that
my.
Alex Smith is not physically up to par, and
No.
you had him listed as your second quarterback.
He's
So
there
not only-
symbolic.
He's
there
listed
symbolically.
as the second quarterback now. So
right. So
It's
like I
symbolic.
said,
they feel he can still be the backup. But Kyle Allen, Lord knows, is not an answer.
Apparently, neither is Dwayne Haskins.
the only thing that I can think of why, and I said at the beginning of the year, Kyle Allen knows Rivera's system. So maybe he's going to he's bypassing Alex Smith and is going to the guy who knows his system and says, let me show you how it's.
This is a good quarterback is a good quarterback. The system is the system. A good quarterback will play well, given
Really?
the right
Really?
coaching.
Really?
Stafford.
Here's the thing.
Just ask Joe Flacco. How'd that work out?
Who said Joe Flacco was a good
Hey, it's a
quarterback?
Super Bowl winning quarterback. Like I said.
So is Trent Dilfer, for Christ's sake.
Like I said, ask him how that worked out.
So what you're saying is they think Allen gives them a better shot to contend, and so Haskins is victim to the absolute train wreck that division is right now.
Hey, the Philadelphia Eagles, 1 win, division leaders.
Yep.
Oh no, Haskins got benched because he went to Ohio State.
Well,
Oh, how I hate Ohio State.
save it for a
That
few
was
All you Michigan honkers, all mute.
Was that an Acre?
That's pretty much
quote? I'm
everybody.
just saying.
Yeah, I muted everybody. Screw all yous. All the Michigan guys.
hey, I'm not even part of this discussion. You know, that's on you guys.
I was like, it got quiet.
Right?
there's a time and a place for that. Not yet.
Right.
Right there.
Let's see what Big D has for this game. He says for the rejected logo, start Cup, Brown, running backs, just a question of which one.
Yeah.
That's true. He says go with Brown, but Washington, you start McLaurin, Gibson, and Thomas.
McLaurin sat out today.
Right. But it could be anything. It's Wednesday. He says Rams in
It
a,
is. It's
in a
Wednesday.
whitewash 41-24.
I could see it.
That is a big ol' ass whooping.
Hey, if he believes
Well,
that,
I
he should
hope
put some money on the game.
I hope he's right on Brown, because I'm in a league where I am just crushing for running backs, and I just picked him up and started him.
All right. Well, if he fails you, then guess what? Mr. Anthony, what's happening, sir? How you doing? So, anybody want Washington?
The
Anyone?
Washington fans don't even want him.
Welcome to Detroit.
And there's
Okay.
on that.
WTFT. No, thank you.
Right, right. That makes that pretty damn easy. We'll make sure that Suds gets the WFT. Oh,
The only other running back was Singletary, and he might not play.
Is that oops? Did I say that out loud?
Yeah.
Rats.
Hmm.
All right. So
How come everybody's wearing blue shirts today?
I'm
All
not.
3 of us.
I'm not.
I'm not.
Yeah, you are.
It's just the jersey I grabbed on Monday.
Oh, it looks blue on camera when the light's
Got
right.
a grunt
My
style
bad.
shirt on.
No.
For a second, I thought it was a Lions shirt.
Mine's
The
green.
first edition.
All right. The game in question, of course, the Bills at the Titans.
Hmm.
Whether it's an auto It will, if it turns out it's an auto, it's just an automatic auto, and the game will just count. Everybody gets a wonderful win.
So we can pick the game, and if it gets forfeited, everybody just gets a win. So
Yes.
Well,
we can pick with our heart.
Unless you're stupid and you decide you want the Titans, then you get two wrong.
Oh,
Then you get
Do
two
it.
wrong for stupidity.
Now, this is where Zolt needs to tell you, this is your survivor pick for the week. This is Titans.
Oh no! Oh no!
Oh.
That ain't it.
Anybody?
The question is, will they allow that
What's that?
hmm.
on a Survivor League? Will they allow that?
If you're
No.
gonna pick a
Automatic strike.
team, I
I
was
was
gonna
gonna
say, if
say.
you're picking a team that you don't even know if they're gonna play, they don't play, you're
God.
out.
I mean, or you just listen to Zolt and you get a strike anyways.
Right.
Well, on a
2020
forfeit,
so
and it's on a forfeit, and it's an automatic win. I mean, technically,
Yeah, but they got to play to get the win.
wow.
Yeah,
When was the last time there was a-
I would imagine you take that off the board.
Well, since
I
we got
haven't
the-
researched this. When was the last time there was a forfeiture in the NFL? Has it ever happened?
I have not seen it.
Google.
Not in my lifetime.
Since we're all sitting here talking about this game, and let's say it doesn't play, or let's say it plays, why are we down in the Titans?
Because they haven't practiced in now 2 weeks.
Yep.
Yeah.
I just picked
They're-
up
they're
Derrick
gonna be
Henry,
hurt.
Good
damn it.
reason.
When they practice,
And the defense has been atrocious. Trust me. I cut the defense.
that's not true. I trusted you with Miami when I told you Miami was going to win, and you said no.
Oh,
we're not.
you're
Hey.
full of it.
Hey,
God,
we've said it numerous times now. Nobody should be taking anything that is said on this show and running with
Seriously.
This was off air.
Honestly, though, even if the Titans were healthy, who's taking the Titans over the Bills? I mean, they're 4-0. Bills have been just on fire. Like, from everything I've seen from the Titans, like, I don't even think, even if they had played last week, I mean, maybe if they beat the Pittsburgh Steelers resoundingly last week, but who would even take the Titans?
I mean,
Okay, and I got an answer to somebody's
3-0.
question.
they're 3-0, and the Bills are 4-0. Both teams are undefeated. It's like, I mean, it isn't any given Sunday. Any team can win, obviously.
Mike, go ahead and take
was-
the Titans. I double
I was-
dog dare you.
You're absolutely
Oh.
right. Any
You
team
can't triple stamp and double stamp.
and any team can win on any given Sunday, and that is easily explained by our scores week to week.
Well, except the Jets.
No,
Yeah.
it's not the Jets.
Oh,
We'll
the
get
Jets
to
are-
them in a minute.
Yeah.
Right, and I got an answer to somebody's question about if there's ever been a forfeiture in the NFL. I just looked it up. There have been no forfeitures in the league's history. A 1921 game between Rochester Jeffersons and Washington Senators is occasionally listed as a forfeit, but because of the lax cancellation rules of the time and uncertainty of which team, if either, was at fault for the game or not being played, it is occasionally listed in modern records as a cancellation or forfeiture.
Damn it! I had the Senators.
That's been the only one.
Acres.
All right.
So
Uh,
technically, no, there has been no forfeitures. Tennessee,
2020
the
making
Tennessee
history.
game would be the first one.
So Acres, you're telling me you're taking the Titans.
So you're telling us there's a chance.
That's a yes. He is nodding yes.
Yeah, and I just sent an Instagram message to Jennifer Aniston.
Now,
The game is going to be played. We're saying the game is going to be played. They're pros. They get paid millions. Practice is here. Practice is there. It's all you guys want to sit here and say. These guys come out
so
of here.
they're going to revert to back to week one where there's no practice.
Henry. They're going to ride Derrick Henry like they normally do. They're going to have their receivers. They're going to have their quarterback. Their
Yeah.
defense,
We know-
you know, it is a little iffy. They are 3-0. I mean,
You cannot put your game plan into practice. That's the problem.
Plus, how many of that team is not going to be able to play because they have COVID,
So
even if
right
the
now
game
it's 8.
happens?
Take the
Right,
Titans.
So
The quarterback's in question. Their wide receiver definitely has it, and who knows what else is going on.
Not to mention the fact that AJ Brown is a question. Who knows
Question
if
mark to begin with.
He's going to be ready. Yeah.
Yeah, Corey Davis is out. He has
Davis
COVID,
is
and
out.
then
Like Derek Cook.
Anybody else want to jump on that Titan train?
No, thank you.
Did Akers really take the Titans?
Yes,
He
he
was
did.
nodding his head. Yes,
He did. That's fine. Hey, he's lone wolf on that one.
Right.
If
Literally.
the game gets played,
We're going to
more
talk
power.
about why we don't want to take them. I want to make sure that we're going to put this out there. Why? Because obviously, it's what people want to know too is why we not want to take them. I mean, I like
because the Bills are better. First of all,
I mean, they got rid of that quarterback they need to get rid of, Mariota.
I will absolutely agree with
Why
you.
the
as
hell
far
is
as the
Mariota
game
in this
plan.
conversation?
That is exactly what they have to do. They will have to run Henry to death because they haven't practiced in 2 weeks.
right?
Yeah.
Well, except for when they weren't supposed to.
Well, right. Yeah, exactly.
Now, given if they were practicing this entire time and they go against Buffalo, I would pick Tennessee, but they haven't practiced in there.
Whole nother story.
Yeah, I was gonna say they've gone behind the NFL's back and actually had secret practices
Yeah, and there's the problem.
unofficially. So
That's why I said juggling around. There is video proof out there that I haven't practiced.
Mhm.
I wouldn't even look at it that way. I mean, look, I don't who is he throwing? If Tannehill even plays, who's he throwing to? Corey Davis is on the COVID
He's out.
list.
Yep.
Adam Humphries is on the COVID
Out.
list, and
Yep.
AJ Brown is questionable.
Jono Smith, Derrick Henry.
so they must have found a couple of guys at the high
So-
school.
They're literally going to be running the ball. Every
Maybe they'll
freaking
sign
play.
Mohamed Sanu.
Yeah, I was gonna say
This is true.
Sanu's available.
Yeah.
Yep. Sanu's available. Don't be surprised.
Here's the question that you say about that. I'm glad you brought that up. Who does he throw to?
Yeah.
As
Johnny
a
Smith.
Bills offensive coordinator or defensive coordinator, how are you supposed to study for that?
Put 9 guys in the
How are you-
box and
You
make sure
put
Henry
9
can
guys
run
in the
ball.
box
There
and
you
murder
go.
Henry, and
Yeah.
Rips
You're
a new
gonna.
one.
That's what I'm saying. As defense coordinator, you're like, oh, they don't have any receivers, so we'll just do a full house blitz.
yeah, as a defensive coordinator, you basically take the fucking
3
week off.
yards and a catch. As long as he can catch the ball's moving downfield.
Yeah,
If
just
he's
keep
open, he
thinking.
better catch the damn ball.
Just
Th- throw it to just throw it to Jonu all day and have
Oh,
Derrick Henry.
Thank you. Here's our boy.
We have spent a lot of time talking
Okay.
about a game that's going to be a forfeiture.
Yeah, move next.
Yeah,
Here's,
well,
hang on. You asked the question. So the wide receivers that we're looking at is Khalif Raymond,
Who?
Who?
Nick Westbrook Ikine,
So we got Wiz Khalifa.
okay, what?
Mia Khalifa.
Who?
and then
Who-
AJ Brown if he plays.
All right, so Wiz Khalifa, Nick Jonas, and AJ
So
Brown.
Mohamed Sanu will be signed by tomorrow morning. just to help with that. Suds, your timing is impeccable.
Hey, what's up, Suds?
How's it going, guys?
It's a blitz real quick. Bucks or Bears?
Bucks.
Oh, he's finally off the Bears bandwagon.
That means the Bears are gonna
Because
fucking
they're
win.
playing. Listen, I'm not a fucking homer in any way, shape, or form.
Hey,
I don't pick it just because I like a team. I pick it on who's going to be good and who's going to win. I'm
okay,
not
this was a
I'm not a
blitz.
Browns homer and I'm not a Lions homer like the rest of
Okay.
you fuckers.
okay. Well, we're just saying because Mr. Burrich actually took the Bears.
Can I ask a question? How do, when you're saying Browns or Lions homer, how do Bucks and Bears apply to that?
Because
scenario?
I was right. Because I like the Bears right now because of how they're performing, and you
Yeah,
expect
but
me
it's
to
not a
pick the
homer
Bears
pick.
just because I like them. No, I look at the team and I just make a decision on who's the better team, regardless of whether I like the team or not.
Okay, you want the Rams though, right? Against the WTF.
Yeah.
Just because we were literally just trying to get off of this possible cancellation game, we actually have somebody who is really, really stretching it, and he took the Titans as a lone wolf. Would you like to join him in the ignorance, or are you joining the rest of us with the
Ooh.
Buffalo Bills?
Who is the fucking moron?
Who do you think?
Raise your hand,
guess.
please.
He's
Raise your
sitting-
hand.
He's sitting in the hole, looking like a dungeon right now.
Oh wait, hold on, I gotta look at the video.
What a fucking shocker. I should expect that coming from the guy who said that Stafford was a top
Now,
5.
mind you,
It wasn't me.
It
wasn't
wasn't him.
But it
I
was-
said
who
the
was
one
it?
who's in the dungeon. Look
Oh,
at the ceiling and the lighting in
oh,
the
I'm like,
dungeon.
I've never been this.
Yeah, I've got like recessed lighting down here and shit. This ain't a fucking dungeon, bro.
This is acres.
I meant I when he said that, I thought you meant at the bottom of the screen.
No.
As a dungeon.
No.
Everybody has a different person at the bottom. You're the
Yeah.
top of my screen.
It's Mr. Akers who
Acres. You
He's
dumb
in a
fuck.
gene pool all by himself.
Ready? Now, mind you, you guys make fun of me about this because the way everybody's been playing. I've had this pick since we did picks.
I'm making fun of you because they're probably not even going to play.
If they don't
Not-
play,
which means
I was
I
gonna say,
already
not-
threatened him, and I told him.
So
I
he's
said,
not taking a huge
anybody who
risk,
took
'cause-
the Titans would get 2 wrong for that.
But-
Good.
But here's the thing. So not adjusting your picks for the current situation doesn't make it better.
I'm just saying, you guys are down the Bills, you're down the damn Bears, and they've already put up more wins than we predicted.
No, I
you.
did not.
Not you, but the
Okay.
other one.
The
I'm
other
just
one.
saying. The only one so far they've gotten right is Miami.
I believe at the beginning of the year, I told you that the Patriots were not going to be as bad as everybody said, and neither were the Bears.
Yeah, but then Cam Newton died.
He'll
Not
be
yet.
back this week. Their bigger
They're
problem.
gonna let him play.
Yeah, he was asymptomatic, so you only have to do 10 days, not 14. Their bigger problem with New England, I'll get into
wow.
it when we get there, is Gilmore.
Oh,
And
yeah.
how many other players on the team may potentially have it, because a lot of them are saying that they're starting now to feel symptoms. So
They're getting
over the next 2 days.
getting the
gonna be
little
rough.
sniffies.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Okay, if they felt symptoms, then their test would have been positive.
I don't know how all that works. It's possible.
Well, that is how it works. If you have symptoms, then you have it, then your test is going to be positive. Your test is not going to come negative. Your test will be
If they
positive.
don't play, it don't play. I said if the game's gonna play and it goes between the two teams, I think the Titans still the strongest team in my book.
Where I work currently, we just in the past 3 weeks we've had over 14 people with the COVID.
We
We've
work for the
isolated.
Titans.
Wow.
Okay,
Wow.
so they've told us, like he just said, asymptomatic has to sit out for 10 or be quarantined for 10 days. The symptoms for the positive or negative on tests can possibly not show up from anywhere from 10 to 14 days. So the fact that they played this last game was probably a mistake. They should have sat out New England for this last week. They shouldn't have played because the test obviously wasn't going to come back from 10 to 14 days, and that it's only 7 days from being exposed. So they should have sat their asses out. Now they've exposed another team, plus the rest of the players instead of isolating themselves, which will possibly cost them another 2 weeks. I fully expect 2 to 3 more players by Saturday to have come down with the COVID.
Yeah, and if that happens, the season's definitely getting postponed.
No.
No.
And by the way, that doesn't bail you out. I'd like to point out our bet was that Stafford had to be injured and not playing week 9. Not
If he
being
doesn't-
no,
If
no,
there's
but
nine
not
weeks-
injured.
Week 9.
He's not injured. And if they postpone it and still play, there's still a week 9. Hence, I shave your head, motherfucker.
You know what? If they cancel the season due to COVID after this week, you
Yeah, I
can
still
say
shave your head.
anything you want. I'm not going to let you shave my head.
Oh,
And
actually,
you
it won't.
physically can't do that to me because I'm
No, I
stronger
wouldn't.
than you.
If
I wouldn't count on
it
that.
goes, if it goes by any more than full 2 weeks of forfeiture, the bet is off.
Oh my.
Why is that? If they still have the games?
Because they won't have the games. If it's a forfeiture outright from 2 weeks, longer than 2 weeks, it's a forfeiture.
Will there still be 9 games played?
Doesn't matter.
Yes, it does. That was the bet.
Nope. Doesn't matter because week 9 would not be held of in week 9. So the bet therefore is null and void. And especially if one Mr. Patrick Mahomes ends up testing positive in the next 8 days, you can bet your ass the NFL is going to go,
Woo!
we're froze. And
Yeah, they're freaking out right now because there's a big picture of him hugging Gilmore
Yeah.
after the
Yeah.
game.
Oh my God, he's.
I know everybody's throwing the whole red flag paranoid. So like I said, you find out that Patrick Mahomes, the all-star of the whole damn league, gets it, and they go into a postponement. Yep, it'll happen a lot faster.
You guys can all come watch soccer with me.
I'll
Oh,
think I'll
fuck
join
you,
Fred on the
Footberry.
marble race.
I would rather watch marbles race.
Bet on the red.
I'd rather.
Bet on the red marble
Green
every
spiral.
time.
Hey, don't.
I'd
don't-
rather play Candyland with Dave than watch soccer.
Don't joke though. That marble racing shit is addictive, man. You put that on YouTube and you look at the clock. It's 3 hours later.
Stop
because
you
with
fell
those
asleep.
viral
That's
shots.
because you fell asleep and took a nap.
Right.
I like the country ones. Those are the best.
What an intriguing match this has been. It's
All right,
0
what's the
to
next game? Because
0.
we've been on freaking Tennessee
Yeah.
for like 45 minutes.
The Battle of Pennsylvania, the Eagles
Huh?
at the Steelers.
The battle.
hey,
Division-
hey,
the
this is
division leading.
Division leading Eagles.
Hey, the team that just
Will
beat the
one
NFC.
win the division leading
NFC
only because of a
champions.
freaking tie, I think, isn't it?
Oh my
Yep.
God. This is like America versus Somalia.
Acres. Hello, are you
In
sleeping?
the long distance race, I'll take Somalia.
Where I'll be at next week.
Acres, who you want?
Where I'll be at next week.
Oh, yeah, all right.
Philadelphia.
Oh God.
No.
I'll be in Pittsburgh again.
Oh.
Duds, who do you want?
Jens just got to go.
Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh, of course. Roethlisberger, top 5 quarterback in the NFL.
Adam.
Oof. Well,
Too late, I already said it.
He's not.
So what
as
did
much
it
as
do?
I-
He was too late. He couldn't do it.
give me the Steelers.
Rods?
Steelers.
You're going to have to take that sign out from behind you now.
Doug.
Pittsburgh.
Zolt.
Steelers are coming off of a bye week that they didn't want, and all they've been doing is staring at that offensive line that they're just going to run through like nothing. Steelers. It's going to be bad.
Could it be a pitch
Wonderful
traffic?
analysis.
Durkin.
Well, Jens would be crazy if you didn't take the Steelers.
That's not true.
Okay. That's pretty
the
much a
49ers.
given. Big D's analysis, of course, is the butt whooping that commences. He actually gave the Eagles a little bit of cred and said that they would get 13. So I'm assuming that the touchdown comes in garbage time.
Yeah.
But only had the Steelers getting 28.
Be right back, guys.
Okay.
Steelers haven't exactly been a huge juggernaut. I mean, yes, they're undefeated, but it's not like they haven't been
Defensively,
firing.
They have been.
They haven't been firing on every cylinder yet.
Well, they've also played teams that are 1-9 right now.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, because part of the reason they're 1-9 is because they played the Steelers.
Ben, Juju, Deontay, Connor for the Eagles. He says start Ertz and Ward and sit Sanders. Of course, because the Steelers front line is defensive line is solid.
TJ Watt is potential defensive MVP. He
So
might
who
be
was in
better
the
Miles
basement, by the way? I missed the basement dweller. Who ended up being
multiple.
There were multiples.
There's
Was I one?
3 of them.
No,
Oh, okay.
you missed it by 1.
Yay.
It was me, Zolt, and Durkin with 8. There were just a couple with 9, and then 1 10, a couple 11s, and Burridge got 12 because he lone wolfed the Eagles game.
You're gonna have to accidentally forget his picks one week.
Maybe.
They're only getting like half.
But he's up to 50. So next up, Cards at the Jets. Okay. Big D says Jets 28, Cards 24.
Oh, that's got to be a
What?
lone wolf.
Okay.
That's, oh my God.
Wait a minute. Hang on.
Why? Because Flacco starting?
Super Bowl MVP.
Well,
Oh,
well, let's take a look. I mean, the Lions beat Arizona, so
That's not
You
saying
have a
much.
valid point.
that is not a nice comment, George.
We knew
hey,
the Cardinals
I
were
was
they were a
with
roller
you
coaster.
on that one. Remember?
Yeah, it pissed me off because I was going to be the fucking lone wolf.
I was, but I knew.
Hey, when Dan Orlovsky says his 0-16 Lions could beat this Jets team, that's all.
16 times.
That's 16 times.
Stole
That's all you
my
need to
quote.
know.
I put that in our group chat earlier today. You stole my quote.
I've seen that
Yeah.
all over.
And basically, it's start all offense because apparently there's no defense in this game.
There's
He says
No,
start
he's
Murray,
not.
Hopkins, the Jets. You start Crowder, Bell, and Herndon.
no, start nobody on the Jets.
Oh yeah. So Burridge took the Cards as well. Sean took the Cards. Big D took the Jets, and I also took the Jets.
Okay. Is that the only game that I missed so far?
Yeah, we're just.
Oh, it's the Jets. You ain't
we're
missing
just-
anything.
I,
So far the Jets and Cards are split at 2 picks apiece.
No, give me the cards.
Okay. Zolt,
Give me-
Joe Flacco is basically Brian Hoyer at this point.
Oh,
Give me the cards.
Oh,
Wow.
no.
Wow, that's
Ouch.
ooh.
Oh,
Hi Mary, how you doing, Mary?
damn.
Perfect timing, Mary. Dirk. Wow, good. We're gonna have to put that on a shirt.
Hey, 2 quotes out of one show.
You better be careful because he might come sue you for that one. That's wow.
Durkin,
Why?
But,
Why? It's true.
Durkin, who would you like?
Well, I'm gonna go with Dan Orlovsky, who's proven to be a very good analyst on TV. And he says his awful, historically bad Lions team could beat this Jets team 16 times out of 16 times. So I'm going to go with the Cards. 100%.
Akers.
Just make it picky. You're gonna give me a fucking analogy.
That's what we're here to do.
don't you realize what he did was pump up the Lions? Didn't anybody catch that?
True.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By bringing up 0-16 and that motherfucker running out of the back of the end
No,
zone,
you said
pumped our team up.
that finally that was one team out there that team could beat. Is what you did.
Akers.
Trying to give them a win after 20 years.
12 years, but either way.
Whatever.
Akers, who do you like?
Well, I like Sam Darnold, but I like Flacco better.
Sam Darnold's not playing.
Yeah,
The guy's been in the playoffs 9 years in a row. I'm just saying.
Who
When he was
has?
with Baltimore.
Oh,
So-
okay.
So are you joining the Jet? Jumping on the Jet? Huh?
I'm joining. You guys are joining me. I'm just saying. Don't
No,
sit here
you're-
and say I'm joining.
Your
You
internet
all are
is-
jumping on my wagon.
You're
Wow.
picking the
Really?
Jets.
I didn't realize that the Jets bandwagon would run out of room.
Akers!
The picks are already
Akers
taken
and the
up.
Jets!
So like I said, who do you want?
We just said the Flacco, the Jet.
Okay. Suds.
Dude, did you put meth in your chew today, Akers?
Meth in my what?
Arizona.
Meth in your chew.
My chew? Oh, I don't chew.
Adam.
Cardinals.
Strides.
Cardinals.
Somebody needs to mute their Facebook live feed.
Raiders at the Chefs.
No, that's probably my daughter who's got her stupid tablet next to me.
I see what you did there, George. Classic commercial.
I know I had to.
grab a Snickers.
Big D turns around and says the Chefs with 30 and the Raiders at 22. Start all Chiefs, and for the Raiders, start Waller, Jacobs, and Ruggs.
I agree with him on Waller and Jacobs, but not Ruggs.
Not Ruggs. Ruggs doesn't produce either.
Yeah, not Ruggs. Renfro over Ruggs, if anything.
I mean, this could be a game that. Do we know
Listen.
like it could happen?
I'm just going to throw this out there. I'm not throwing a pick out there yet. Last week, New England did not have Cam, and New England was supposed to lose that game hands down without any problems. And it took 4 quarters for Kansas City to wake up.
Yeah, well, sometimes
If
a
anybody
team
can play
has
like
a-
New England without a lot of their starters, there's a chance Kansas City can lose. Especially
So
against
you're
the veterans.
saying there's a chance, huh?
So in other words, you're saying you're taking the Raiders in this one too.
I already said I'm not saying who I'm picking yet because you already said somebody else. So it's not my turn.
Oh, you spoke up first. Go for it.
Well, I just got to throw you out there because you all ride that Kansas City wagon so much.
There's 4 Chefs already out here.
Akers, until somebody beats the Chiefs, you got to go with them.
Yeah,
I know it's the same thing
And
we all
the-
say about the
and-
Ravens.
And I agree with that statement, and this is coming from a Raider fan, okay?
I know.
I'm being a realist here. It's going to be Kansas City.
And I'm being a realist too. I'm just saying that there should be no problem that Kansas City should win this game. Why did they have problems with New England last week?
Because they don't have a secondary.
Because
It's still Bill
Because they're well
Belichick.
because
coached.
it's Bill Belichick.
It's still Bill
That
Belichick,
too.
and it was still the Patriots defense.
and I think Bill Belichick has proven that it was him,
And not Brady.
Not yet.
not entirely Brady,
Yeah.
but what he's done this year has proven that, it wasn't Brady. He's a master.
I'm still not 100% convinced either way if it was Brady or Belichick or if it's Cam.
I would say it's definitely Belichick, but I'm not ruling out the fact that it was both.
Well, he's
Yeah.
also the GM.
You also have to look at the chemistry between the two. If there's real good chemistry, of course, the player's going to perform very well under any circumstance.
The chemistry in New England is sit down and shut the fuck up.
Kansas City shows up and
it
plays like
works.
it's supposed
Pretty much. I was going to say,
to.
it works.
And what's the problem with that strategy?
Absolutely
That's
nothing.
like-
3 more teams
Right.
should
You
do
got
it.
pussy ass organizations like the goddamn Lions where they're like,
Hey,
oh,
hey,
my
Cleveland.
healers are
You will
hurting.
have your
And
time.
here we are, back to the Lions.
Calm down.
Well,
Lions are
Is anybody taking the Raiders?
No, I'm not taking Raiders. I'm taking the Chiefs.
In my heart, I would love
After
to, but
that-
I can't.
after that
I just
enlightening
can't.
speech, you're not giving the Raiders a chance, Akers? You don't want to go another lone wolf?
Just trying to make
You
good
wanna take
radio.
another- You don't want to make another little pick there, Akers?
anybody taking the Raiders.
I'll take the Raiders.
There you go.
The lone wolf. Okay.
Got a feeling.
Talk to me when the Raiders are
My
playing at
gut,
home.
like I was gonna take the Chiefs 5 seconds ago, but then I don't know if I'm hungry or if
I would
the
say it's
liquor's
hungry.
hitting, but my gut just said
Do we have a Snickers?
Raiders.
I do upstairs. King side.
Yeah.
The game nobody gives a rat's ass about. I mean, the Jags and the Texans.
It could actually be interesting. What changes now that Bob is gone?
Really?
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, okay. Yeah, everybody's excited about Romeo Crennel having the head coaching job. Don't
It's
get me
something
wrong.
nobody's ever
Listen,
said in
stop.
their life.
Get me wrong. Just hold.
Hasn't that
horses.
hasn't that already been tried already and failed?
It happened in Cleveland and he did well. Then the organization went, nope, we want to go on to the next guy. But with that being said, the
Hey,
Houston
you.
Texans defense has not
Cleveland.
done squat.
Cleveland goes on with the next guy every year.
That's what she said. So
We back to Akers. Love Life
Mississippi
again?
mustache man should pretty much have a freaking field day. That's my anticipation.
Who did you pick?
Jacksonville. And Big D took the Texans 38-27.
Ooh.
Why is he such an overachiever with picking
Everybody.
scores and shit?
Well, look at the average scoring so far. It's like 50 points.
Neither one's got a defense that could stop a snot through a tissue.
That's why I use paper towels when I blow my nose.
Damn.
When did you use sandpaper?
Because I'm not an animal.
Oh, Zolt. Who's your point flip?
Texans. No, Texans.
Erkin.
Going with the Texans. A lot of times when you make that switch at coach, the team plays up for a week or two. And there was talk in the locker room about BOB. Thank you, Dave. Arguing with star players on the team. And I think the switch at coach is actually going to make the team play up. So I'm going with the Texans in this one.
Suds.
Jacksonville.
My
Adam.
surprising amount of people with the Texans.
I think Deshaun's gonna have a big game, so I'm gonna go Texans.
Jesus,
What?
do we need a lone wolf?
Who did Burridge go with?
Burridge.
That's not fair.
What do you mean it's not fair?
No, it's fair. Burridge went with the Texans.
I'll take the Jags then. I got to make up
Also,
some
after you
games.
said, well, I'm taking the Texans in also. That's I'd have been like, no, that's not fair.
Acres.
You fucking jag off.
3 Jags and 6 Texans.
Nothing pisses
Sounds like a
me
Chuck
off
Norris
more
video.
is the talk about Cooks being one of the top receivers in Houston, and I said, no, he's not. And I left on the fantasy league, and the son bitch doesn't want to score anything for me, so I'm going Jacksonville.
Doug.
Give me the Mississippi mustache and the shark.
All right.
Freaking shark.
I love it. The guy we were watching, they were doing a draft. We were watching live breaks of jerseys, and the guy kept going, Clark, it's Clark. I'm like, no, it's Shark.
No, it's shark. Shark.
He goes, he kept holding a card out. He goes,
Bad.
oh, Shark.
Yeah.
I'm like, if he could hear me scream right now.
Yeah, it was.
Thankfully, he couldn't though.
No, you're right. Technically, he couldn't.
Next up, AFC North matchup, Bengals at the Ravens. And I saw they said Lamar Jackson went out today because of a knee injury that has
But it's
now.
not serious.
Yeah, they don't expect him to miss anything.
Yeah, I've got a
No.
Ravens insider.
That's you can take that blown smoke screen if you want. There was another little article that came out sooner and said he was extremely unhappy with his head coach and the coaching staff that the passing game was
Not up to
disaster.
par. I saw that same article.
Somebody else isn't happy with
Yeah, he is not happy with the wide receiving at all, the play calling.
So it's just really odd that somebody didn't show up for practice. Oh, it was a knee injury thing.
And like I'll quote and say that to the back in the message group, it's Lamar.
Yeah. Like I said,
How many Super Bowls has Lamar Jackson won?
As many as you.
Exactly, right?
Yeah.
How many has Harbaugh won?
Which one?
That would be uno.
So shut the fuck up and play the game. You haven't won shit. You haven't made it through the first round.
Yeah.
How about you let the coach who's won a fucking Super Bowl with Joe Flacco as quarterback run the fucking team?
Damn,
How about you let the quarterback that dominates in the postseason or in the
Postseason? Yeah.
regular-
Well, yeah,
I
that would be
misspoke,
Mahomes,
I
not
misspoke.
Jackson.
I
That'd be
misspoke.
Mahomes, not
I
Jackson.
meant
dominating.
regular season.
Dominates.
Regular
Dominates.
season. I
Wait a
misspoke.
minute.
You know, Dan
Didn't he lose
Marino
to, like,
dominated the
Tennessee?
regular season too. How many
Yeah.
Super Bowls does that motherfucker have? Oh, 0.
But Suds, would you rather have?
But
Dan
he still
Marino
has a
or
good
Matt-
deal with
or Matt Stafford?
isotoners.
Oh,
What was
I
that?
could-
wow, really? That's
was
Well, Matthew
That was a
Stafford hasn't
shot.
dominated either one of them.
no.
I'm just-
No, you didn't hear. No, go ahead, Schratz. Repeat that. That
I
was
just
I
said,
heard
would you rather have Dan Marino or Matt Stafford?
Oh,
Matt
geez.
Stafford.
Oh, Marino. Come on.
Matt Stafford.
It was a joke,
Matt
guys.
Stafford's
First of all, I said Dan Marino
all right.
because Matt Stafford hasn't dominated the regular season
Suds, I
or
know
the
it's a
playoffs.
joke. I know that's what I was.
Don't start on it. I'll
Matt
I'm
Stafford.
with you. I'm with you, Suds.
Calm down.
Has Stafford been in the playoffs?
Don't
Yeah.
Yes.
Once.
you know
He
what?
got
Though? We're
blown
not
his ass
talking about the
blown out
playoffs.
by-
We're not talking about the playoffs.
Yeah,
Playoffs.
Talking about Lamar.
We're talking about the regular season.
Did they
And how
get
the fuck
bye
did Matt
week?
Stafford get brought up in a discussion with Lamar Jackson?
You're right. He should never be brought up in
Oh,
the
that
discussion
was-
with Jackson.
Here's my question. Don't you want your quarterback to step up and say, "Hey, this is what I think is wrong with the team"?
No,
Yes.
I want him to
Yes,
shut the
and
fuck
You
up
don't.
and play.
No,
and do what
I
he's
thought you
told.
wanted
That's
him to
what
be
you-
the leader of your squad.
He's the lead. Dave is 100% right. Zolt is 100% right.
No.
If the team is going in a bad direction, your quarterback needs to step up because in the NFL in this day, when you have a franchise quarterback, your quarterback has more power in the organization than your head coach. So if your head coach is fucking up like some idiot like Matt Patricia, step up and say so and get that fat fuck fired.
So I do agree with Dave on a point. Yes, you do want the quarterback to step up. You do want him to be a leader. What you don't want him to do is to skip practice because he's pissed off and a crying little bitch, and he
Yeah,
has a
diva.
minor knee injury. So
which we are assuming.
You know,
Okay.
you don't
What
want
is
to
it?
pull
Agreed.
LeBron.
I would like to address what he just said about Matthew Stafford and firing Patricia.
Okay.
Hang
Okay.
on.
Can we wait till we get to Detroit?
We're not going
Well, we're not
off the
getting
rails
Detroit
yet.
this week.
No.
There is no Detroit this week. We're on a bye.
There is no damn Detroit game, and you can bring that up after dark.
And that's why I
There
said,
we
can
go.
we wait till
Like I said,
I was
we
gonna
are
say, hey,
on
it's
the
gonna be a
conversation.
My
long hour.
window's open and
I
it's
said
fucking
it
dark
was
outside, George.
Bengals
It's
and the
dark.
Ravens.
No, after 10 o'clock. Come on, you know the rules.
Like
Hold
I
on,
said,
here- hold this thought right here, like we just said. Lamar was having problems with the offense, the coach, on his receiving core. Now, is it the coach throwing the ball to the receivers?
It's the play calling. He's not happy with the play call.
no.
Okay.
Lamar Jackson, what is the one thing that he does best?
Run.
Runs. He does not give the play time to develop. And that is the big problem. That is a huge problem. And that's why Kyler Murray figured that one out real fast. And that's why Kyler Murray, he's got a nice Ferrari that he gets to drive now in D-Hop. And it makes him a better quarterback. Why? Because he can actually stay in the pocket, let the plays develop, and throw to the receivers. Lamar Jackson still cannot do that, which is why he gets beat. Because all they have to do is load up the seventh man in the box and just spy on him. That's all they have to keep doing. That's why we said the blueprint's out on Lamar Jackson. He's in trouble.
Going with when he says he picks a passing play. Besides Andrews, what receivers does he have? Don't fucking say Brown.
No, you don't know because he doesn't throw to him because he doesn't let the plays develop. That's the big problem.
Thank you.
With that being said, Bengals at Ravens.
does anybody want the Bengals?
I thought about it. Trust me, I definitely thought about it. I was thinking Burrow, watch Burrow turn around and pull this one out of their butts. Wouldn't that just piss everybody in Vegas off?
No, not really. You'd be like that one guy if I can just throw the
Right, with the $40,000 hit. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I will legitimately ask anybody, actually a serious question, if anybody wants Cincinnati on this. I will turn around and
That is a very intriguing offer.
I have no hesitation in typing it out. I would not blame it. I'm picking the Ravens as well, but I would not be surprised. I'd probably be smiling to see Cincinnati pull the upset on this one. But
Pull the trigger. I'll lone wolf it.
Oh my God.
okay.
Well, I
I'm
took my
pulling the trigger because no one else is picking the team. If you're going lone wolfing, be strong lone wolfing like me, taking the Jets against the Colts.
You mean
that's just
cards.
No, that's a plain stupidity.
I was gonna say take a smart loan roll.
yeah.
But you gotta remember, my picks are in before I even the things are in. So
That's like saying like, if I drive my car into a tree, who's gonna win?
Durkin, who do you want?
car because the tree will fall.
Durkin, who do you want?
I want the obvious team.
Bengals it
What's
is.
the obvious?
No, asshole.
Here's the best thing is that there's no number on this game.
Ravens.
Everybody else is Ravens?
Yes.
I'm taking
Unfortunately.
my Tucker like I normally do.
The Ravens are a
Something's
Super
telling me
Bowl
about
team.
something's
The
telling me
Bengals
about
are
Burrow
rebuilding.
this week. You know, he'll go for 3 or 4
Fuck Burrow.
touchdowns.
I mean,
He's
don't get me
going
wrong.
against the Ravens defense.
Don't get me wrong. The spread is only 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that,
Vegas thinks it's going to be close. Here's the fun one, though. Anyone want to take a guess at the over/under?
36.
Is it 37?
45.
66 and a half.
Oh,
A high scoring.
What? Wow.
66 and a half?
30 to 37 type game.
Wow. Whoa.
Now, here's the thing, though. Here's the thing, though. There's only one site that's actually taking anything on that game. Nobody else will touch it.
When did you become a fucking gambler?
Yeah.
I didn't. It just comes up when I look up some other stuff. So
That's
I bring it up for the show.
wow.
I love it when it says
What, like
players to watch.
56, Ravens,
66
10.
and a half.
Yeah, I think they got to be
There's-
expecting Baltimore to put up just ridiculous amount of points, and
Yeah,
Burrow's
there's
to-
definitely something
40-something
wrong
points.
with
Lamar
that.
Jackson's
So,
gonna get like
I
7
wouldn't go
touchdowns
too
and-
far into that. Like I said, it's one site. So if the others were pulling it, I'm sure it would bring it down.
I was gonna say Big D said Ravens 31, Bengals 24. And that's only a
54.
touchdown spread. So
It's still 10 points below Vegas.
yeah.
I mean, the last couple of weeks in football, there's not been a 40-point game.
Yeah, everything. Yeah, there's been no defense. That's why everybody's defenses are sucking wind right now. Next
Because they
up,
stopped calling holding.
Panthers at the Falcons. Burrich went with the
Oh.
Falcons.
God, what an awful game.
And myself, Big D, and Sean all went with the Panthers. So far, Burrich is the lone Falconer. Doug?
The Falcons have given a second worst amount of points in the NFL. They are on a downward spiral. If they lose here, and they should, they're going to go 0-16.
Oh my.
This is going to be a definitive game. If they lose, they will go 0-16. If they win, they're only going to have like 3 wins max. So this is a defining game. I'm picking the Panthers to lose and the coaches on the hot seat. If they're still winless by the time the Lions face them and they lose against the Lions, the head coach is fired.
Why the fuck did we all have to
Well,
be-
the thing is that they lost 4 more defensive guys in the Packers game. So, he's
So I'm
literally-
starting, and
he's
I'm starting
literally
every,
starting people out of the security tunnel right
Yeah.
now this week.
and I'm
Hey,
starting
Jersey's on its
everybody
way.
in Carolina with confidence.
yeah, Doug, I'm with you there. I think if I know it's getting ahead or jumping ahead, but if Patricia and whoever the Falcons coach is, if they make it to that week without getting fired, whoever loses that game is gone.
It's gone. It's gone. That is going to.
Don't even get me started on what the Lions should do with their coach today.
We're not
We'll get
talking
there.
the
We'll get
damn
there.
Lions. They're not playing this week.
Shroud's brought it up. Shroud's is smart. He's intellectual. I figured I
He's
could.
referencing it.
Referencing Doug's comment about
Yeah.
the
So-
Falcons and their state.
All right. Well, just
So that kind of piggybacks off of what Birch was saying last night on the best worst team. Yes, they are.
after the Panthers, this is what they got. They're at Minnesota.
Oh, that's a loss.
And then
And then
there's
the Lions.
game.
Yep. If they lose
They're
against
gonna lose to the
Carolina
Lions.
and lose against
And then
Vikings,
Panthers, and then back to after the Lions, then back to the Panthers.
there's
Broncos
The
bye week.
Broncos.
Saints, Raiders.
Oh,
Saint.
God.
Oh,
Oh, my
God.
God.
That back half was brutal, absolutely
Christ.
brutal for them.
Ouch. Oh, and
Chargers.
then you get Herbert. You go to LA, and then,
And then-
Tommy.
Oh, the
And
Chiefs.
Mahomes, Tommy. You know,
Like I
so-
said, you have the potential right there of going 0-16.
So remember, Atlanta fans.
What's the big deal about 0-16? That's only the third team in the past decade to do that. So what's the point? What's the big deal about going 0-16 now?
Because
Right,
it's
they're not
not supposed to
trendsetters.
happen.
Everybody in this chat
Yeah,
is
it's
a
not
fan
supposed
of
to
all
happen,
teams that have
especially
done
with
that.
especially
not.
with that team. I mean, they have a really good, and what kills
You're
is
a
they have a
fucking
really good
fan.
offense, except for Ridley, who likes to drop half the passes that are thrown his way.
One was
What
knocked
happened
out.
to-
One
did
was
Ridley-
knocked out.
I was gonna say one was a little.
Okay,
thrown.
1 out of 5.
Oh,
I don't know.
that
Still
one
dropping
was
4
a
in a
big
row.
one. That one was a big one. So, anybody else want the Falcons in this
Yeah.
matchup? Yes, Mr. Akers, you want the Falcons?
I think
Good
it,
luck.
Are you just playing to get?
Yeah, prove,
Like, what
have
are you
Atlanta,
doing?
have Atlanta prove me
I feel
wrong.
like they have a chance to come up against Carolina because I don't feel Carolina's a strong team, especially missing CMC. You know, everything's on Bridgewater right now. And
No,
the Falcons-
no. You have Robbie Anderson. You have more, and you also have Davis out of the backfield, who's filling in very, very nicely for McCaffrey. So no, they are not missing McCaffrey as much as you think they are.
Yeah, not really.
Like, I know
Well-
it seems hypocritical from a Lions standpoint saying that the Falcons blow big leads, but my God, this year they've blown bigger leads than the Lions.
Yes,
Especially in the
at
fourth
least two
They have
games where they've
shown-
had 15 plus, and their defense just sucked wind the rest of the way.
They let the Bears score 20 points in the fourth quarter.
I cannot believe their coach still
And
has
that's
a job.
the Bear. And that
That's
was
what I said.
and not just the Bears, but that was Trubisky who did that.
Yeah, and he's
Foles got put in.
horrible.
Yeah, they replaced
They
Trubisky.
replaced him and put Foles in.
Yeah.
You know what the craziest part about this game though is at the beginning of the season, I don't know if there's a single person that would say number one, the Falcons were going 2-2 in those first games, and then if you were to tell them that they lost McCaffrey 2 games in, I mean, what that new coaching staff has done with that team is just absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
Where they're at right now.
Yep.
Would you stop being so goddamn logical?
And with
Well,
that being said, I
That's
picked the
not what
Panthers.
this show is about.
Atlanta is just absolutely disastrous.
Adam,
right now.
who do you like?
Teddy Two Gloves.
I was gonna say that was a stupid question.
Hell, I
Come on.
even picked up Bridgewater as a bye-week filler in a couple of leagues.
Yeah, thanks, George, you asshole.
Last week, the Panthers did ride Bridgewater.
I think a lot of things that people are is like Carolina's defense is starting to be underrated too. Because their first 2 games they give up like 65 or 67 points, and then the last 2 they've only given up half that.
Yep.
And it's against the Cardinals and Chargers. I mean, that's kind of impressive to think about it, considering the quarterback on that situation for Herbert and
Okay,
Murray. You
that's
kind of shut them down.
Sudsy.
Points against, they've given up 102 points in 4 games, so that's
Right, he's
actually
saying
not bad.
the last 2 it's been half.
Yeah.
Sudsy.
It's-
Truthfully, if the Falcons had not lost so many people in the last game, I probably would have taken them. But since they lost half their fucking football team, I'm going to go ahead with the Panthers.
Durkin.
Panthers, 100%.
Zolt.
Panthers
Never
are
mind.
going
Now that he picks that, I'm going to go nuts.
Okay, well,
Panthers are going into Atlanta and beating them at home, and Dan Quinn is fired.
oh my, he's going a step further.
Your lips
The
to
Dan
God's
Quinn's
ears.
gonna be fired.
I said Quinn should have been
You-
fired last week.
You can't lose that game at home. You cannot lose that game at home,
Yeah,
and they're
but-
going to.
My question is, can we subtract a point from Dave if Dan Quinn still has a job at this time next week?
Dude, I said Quinn should have been fired 2 weeks ago.
Okay, so subtract 2 points from yourself.
You know what?
You say Stafford's a top 5 quarterback every week, so Durkin gets 0 points.
Night. We'll go back to Big D's little beat here. Panthers 35, Falcons 24. And
Oh, he's giving him a lot of credit on the
start Teddy B, Robbie, Mike Davis, DJ Moore, Falcons start Gurley, Ridley, Hurst, and sit Matt Ryan.
Why would you want to start Hurst? He hasn't done anything all year.
Well, it's kind of weird. If you're going to start Ridley and Hurst, why are you sitting Matt Ryan?
Because that's going to be your only options, really, if anything.
Ridley should be questionable because he hadn't done nothing in the last 2 weeks.
Right. I was just going to say, then you wouldn't start anybody off
with Julio coming back. And I mean, once again,
Julio's
going back
still
to last week
questionable.
with the 0-6 catches.
Julio is still questionable.
Yes, on the question mark. Julio is on the question mark of coming back. That may want to bounce the cornerbacks over to Julio because he is a better receiver and may help.
Julio, I don't think Julio is playing. He re-aggravated that groin, and I think he's out this week. Julio's not the Julio of old, and he apparently in the offseason did not train like he should have.
George, time for a break before we get into the 4 o'clock. I could really use a cigarette, and I know.
We've got a rant that I'm just waiting on because Lindsay got in here a little late, and I know that we haven't heard from him yet about one particular Lakers incident. So, yeah, hurry it up.
I've got a rant too.
Okay.
We're waiting on the Sudsy rant. So, yeah.
Are we referring to LeBron James's bitch move?
Yes.
Okay.
The floor is yours, sir.
You know we're missing a game.
We purposely saved this.
Let me just hit that football game before we go away from it.
Which one?
The Panthers. Doug touched on it because you mentioned starts and sits. If you're looking at a quarterback that isn't so hot right now, start Bridgewater in that game.
Mm-hmm.
Bridgewater has put up points in 3 out of 4 weeks, and he's going against Atlanta's defense.
Yep.
Put that guy in.
Who the fuck do you think you are, Matt Patricia, putting that pencil in our face, motherfucker?
They are riding Bridgewater because he had 2 running touchdowns last week, plus a passing touchdown. And Davis had 84 yards with a touchdown. That was all riding Bridgewater last week. I'm just saying.
I was going to say, so, Georgia's scoring system, Bridgewater put up over 500 last week.
Yep.
I mean, that's...
And Dak Prescott put up over 800.
He's done that a couple times now.
Yeah.
And I just signed fuck you, Dave.
Yeah. Yeah, but your screen's blank to me, so it doesn't matter.
So, anywho's.
Sorry. Didn't mean to interrupt.
Nope. Mr. Sudbury.
So for people who didn't know, LeBron James, once again, and he has done this several times in his career.
Did he bring a purse to the press conference?
Hit mute.
He decided that before the end of the game that he was going to quit and walk off the court with taking a loss. Now, this is someone who is currently dominating the NBA and currently winning the series, and he embarrassed his team and attempted to humiliate and take away from the other team by walking off the court. He did this also against the Boston Celtics back when he was Cleveland, and their big excuse was he was young and he didn't know any better and he shouldn't have done that. He continues to act like this. Now, it shouldn't take away from what he's done in society and things like that and done for Ohio and Cleveland. But as for a basketball player and supposed to represent, he continues to put his foot clearly in his mouth and the other foot clearly up his ass.
God, you said that before I did.
It's like a game of Twister.
He keeps on speaking up politically. He keeps on putting himself out there, but then he turns around. If you're going to speak up, you need to behave in an appropriate manner on the basketball court and respect the other team. Because why the fuck should anybody listen to you speak about anything else when your behavior shows that you're very immature, especially for someone who now is in his 30s. You're no longer a 20-something-year-old or a 19-year-old. You're in your 30s. We humiliated and smacked the Pistons around when Isaiah Thomas did this against the Bulls. They nailed his ass to the wall. He should not get a bye for doing exactly the same thing, not once, but twice, if not even 3 times. I believe he might have done it against Miami too, but I don't know. But I can't remember that one. But dude, if you expect people to listen to you and respect what you have to say, then your actions speak louder than your words, and your actions on the basketball court is embarrassing to you.
Did you watch the game last night?
When he no.
Oh my God. So George and I were on the phone last night while watching this game, and for once I actually get to watch a basketball game. So I'm like, man, I wish I just had Sud sit next to me, because I'm pretty sure him and I would probably be ranting the same thing right now. So obviously, I haven't seen basketball in a while. It's been a while since I've seen it, and getting to watch it again, once again, like I said, I kind of wish Miami wins this, just so that, you know, it can sit, that the saying will finally come out. You don't need LeBron to win a championship. And Miami has the potential to beat the Lakers as long as they keep playing the D. They played well, very well last night, and in the first quarter, they were stopping them, and they were only up by 3. The Lakers were up by 3. Miami then comes back from an 11-point deficit at one time and goes up 4. Lakers call a timeout. Lakers finally get back in above 2 going into halftime. Miami comes over in the third quarter, puts a score up. Crowder is going wild. Trying to think of who that young kid is on Miami. Starts bombing threes.
Duncan Robinson.
You know, what is it?
Is it Duncan Robinson?
No.
Oh.
You're muted, Adam. I couldn't hear you.
Crowder just starts playing some defense, and LeBron's trying to drag the hole. Back-to-back times in the fourth quarter, Crowder just manhandles LeBron. And the second time, Crowder got the ball and threw him down on the ground, not intentionally throwing down, just coming down with the ball. James hit the ground so hard, and I was kind of hoping for the fight. James was so pissed, and I'm sitting here thinking to myself, I'm like, man, if I was Crowder right now, I'm like, why don't you just walk off the court like you did the other night? Because I feel that that's the intentions, like you were just saying, is the way these basketball players look up that LeBron's supposed to be in the face of the court, and he walks off the court like that. I was so happy that Crowder threw him on the ground so hard.
Well, people have to also remember that it's not his first rodeo he's doing this. There's also a commercial, if you remember Baby Bron Bron.
Yeah, Dan Last even says if LBJ only had the mindset of Kobe or MJ, he would be the best ever.
Yes, I agree with that. I 100% agree with that. That's why I say LeBron James, as of right now, is the best in our era. Yes, but it's difficult to try to compare him to what the player. I mean, obviously we know that LeBron James played against Kobe, but he didn't get to play with Kobe. And this is the part I hate the most: is Kobe's never walked off the court. LeBron James is Michael Jordan has never walked off the court.
All right, this is getting ridiculous.
So I'm just saying, why do we have to ride the king, as we call him, the face?
Self-proclaimed king at that.
He is.
Why are we riding him? Why do we have to follow by what he says?
He is the best human to ever pick up a basketball.
Oh shit! Now I get to fucking. Nope.
I mean,
That wasn't that bad, George.
Yes,
Sure,
it
we've already
was.
had that show.
Yeah,
You missed that show.
yeah, you missed
I
that
wasn't
one.
there.
We've been there, done that one. Yeah,
All right.
LeBron James is a top 5 basketball player, guys.
right.
if he wins this
Yeah.
championship, do you believe that this is an actual earned championship for him?
Well, who's the best person to ever pick up a basketball?
That's a whole different show.
It's different.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a different.
Yeah.
That's
Go to our history. Go
We
to
hit the
like week
finals.
number 2.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, that was one of our early shows on Facebook.
Sorry, guys.
All right.
Those are my
We'll
Open up a
sad
can
We'll
of
roll back. We'll roll back into the 4:00 games.
We're missing a
Hopefully,
game.
they all stay at 4:00 this week.
We're missing a game.
No, we're not.
No, we're not.
Denver, New England.
We haven't gotten there yet.
That's a 1:00 game.
We just
No,
took
it's
a
not.
break. We're going back.
Yeah, Doug needed to smoke.
Denver, New England.
That's 425.
Right.
Yeah.
Not at 1 o'clock.
Oh, my paperwork says 1 o'clock.
Look at
Hold on.
Stay in your lane there.
1 o'clock.
Exactly.
Pacific,
I have it
maybe.
at 420. I have it at 425 as well.
Yeah. It's 425.
Yeah, 425. I'm
Yeah.
looking right at the NFL site.
So, trust me. So the 4 o'clock game,
Fuck you, Akers.
Dolphins at the 49ers. This one, it smells like a trap.
Is Jimmy G back for God's sakes?
Nothing
Questionable.
noted yet. It's it's questionable, and it's like kind of playing the waiting game a little bit here. And I think that Shanahan may keep it close to the vest. And Saturday they're going to say, "Yep, he's all good." So, yeah, we don't know, but right now it's a question. The question mark is there. We'll have to wait and see. And this is also the game I think Tua gets put in because they had to come out to announce that Fitzpatrick was starting.
Huh.
So that was a little odd. I thought that they would actually have to come out to announce that. So something smells like the Dolphins may be
A little fishy.
Thank you. I mean, it's like,
I
come
was gonna
on,
say-
somebody
Quality.
jump on it. Thank you.
I was gonna
Suds.
say it's funny they have to come out in San Francisco.
I appreciate it. Thank you, Suds. Yes, something's fishy.
Well, you know what's funny too is if like you look at some of the with Tua, like I picked him up in the one league, is that you look at his projections, it's only like 15 points this week. Then like starting next week, the shit jumps to like almost 350 points. So it's like they know something's coming too.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, David, it looks like that wide receiver is literally fucking up the ass.
That's not a wide receiver. That is Miles
Whoever it is.
Garrett, and he would take you down in a heartbeat.
Oh, he would. bud.
Well, that's even
Like,
worse.
It looks like he's taking Dave down in a heartbeat.
He actually looks like he's about to hit him in the head with a helmet.
It looks like Dave's about to go into the helmet.
Yeah, I gotta work on my background. What's up, gentlemen?
Just a bit.
What's happening?
Good evening, Dave.
We've been entertained by your scoring, and I'm sorry, what was the 66 and a half sold?
Yeah, but like
Oh
I
my
said,
God.
that was weird.
Can't unsee it.
The Ravens and Bengals
I
game.
don't buy that one.
I can't
The
unsee it.
Bengals and Ravens game, Vegas said 66 and a half on the over under.
Really?
But like I said, there was out of
But it's a
5 places, there
2-point
was only
spread.
one that was taking bets on it.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking somebody just got some bad info. It was just hilarious to see.
So we are actually currently on the Dolphins at 49ers, which Dave, you've got 33-17.
Oh my.
Start Mostert if healthy, and McKinnon, Debo, Bourne, and Kittle, and Dolphins just start Parker.
I don't trust Miles Gaskin or Fitzpatrick against 49ers. Beat up or not.
Well, I was thinking that this is the game where Fitzy's starting but not finishing.
It might be.
I think it's due a time. I just thought it was really odd that they'd have to come out to say that they were starting Fitzpatrick. And it just makes things really, I mean, it looks, like I said, looks a little fishy, pun intended.
It's getting close when your coach says the week before, well, he presumes Fitzpatrick will start. Yeah, that's an endorsement. Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
It's
It's a
close.
trap.
getting
It's a
close.
trap.
Yeah. So
With that being said, does anybody want Miami?
I'll take the Dolphins.
Yeah, I'll take the Finns too.
Only because Sherrod said it.
I would feel more comfortable if Miami was playing at home. So I do think it's going to be a really tight game.
Home and away doesn't.
Not as much this year, but when you're going from one coast to the other,
Yeah,
I don't
it's
care if
still
there's
travel.
fans in there or not. Like that's one of the biggest things, especially going into the West Coast, the time change and all that fun crap. So
We just asked Seattle last week.
home and away does matter on this game, because in fact, if in San Francisco they would having some turf problems.
That's true too.
No, that's the Giants stadium. Wrong stadium. The
MetLife.
New York stadium, they're having the turf problems. Wrong stadium.
Close though. It was only 3,000 miles away, Acres.
Doug, who do you want? Finns or Niners?
Oh, Niners.
Zolt?
Niners.
Acres?
Niners.
I feel good about my
Woods.
pick because Acres picked the other way.
With Tua, if Tuna shows up and plays, I would take Miami. But without Tuna, I have to go the 49ers.
Adam.
Tuna will win the game, though, if he comes in.
I could really go for a tuna fish.
Anna?
Can I go now?
Yes.
San Francisco treat.
Hold on. If you make a pick like that, you have to sing it.
No,
No, hell no.
No, copyright.
no, that's copyright infringement, and that'll get us muted. Sorry. Oh, Jesus, for the love of God, I can't believe we actually even have to debate this. Giants at the Cowboys.
Oh my God. It's actually not as hard as it's actually much
It
more
shouldn't
difficult.
even be allowed to be played. It's,
Yeah, this
Wait a
should
minute.
not even, but it is.
Is
They
this
both-
a survivor pick?
They both
Oh,
fucking
God.
suck. They both suck.
Hey, this could be a game that has playoff implications. So we need to take this seriously, all right?
In the NFC East, if you get the
And-
three
and
wins,
that's
you
the
might
sad
make the
part.
fucking playoffs.
somebody this morning on Monday on the NFL Network on the morning football program said that the Eagles would probably win the division with 4 wins.
Wouldn't that
Oh my.
be-
I
would love
I
that.
had to pause it and go, what? Rewind that. Did he just? Yeah, he said 4 wins, and I went, oh.
Can we move the Browns to the east?
No, they had their
Good Lord.
chance.
We only need one more win and we'll already be there.
Yeah, no kidding.
Wow.
That was, if that's not a shot, I don't know what
That
is.
had to be beat Shregs.
It was a shot, though. I was flabbergasted by that.
Good word,
Wow.
flabbergasted.
Wow. 4
I'll
wins.
tell you what, it was
Wow.
nice to see Stephen A. Smith on our side after that game on Sunday.
Yes, it was. He had to eat. He was eating a crow bucket, but yeah.
Eating the cookie and the milk.
Yep. We've got Sean took Cowboys. Burridge took the Cowboys. I also took the Cowboys. Big D, however, is saying
Going out on a limb, a shaky limb,
Oh no. No.
Wow.
half broken.
No.
Upset, Giants.
Oh.
35-34. Wow, and it's like you've got almost everybody started. Everybody, Clayton, CJ, Board, Freeman.
DJ Board's got a nice matchup cornerback wise, but you wouldn't play him. I'm just saying he'll be more. I think he'll have a better matchup than Golden Tate will. Slayton has a nice matchup cornerback wise.
Gallup has not. I mean,
He
CD
hasn't performed.
more than
He
Gallup.
bounces. He
Yeah, but 1
bounces
week.
though throughout the season.
Yeah,
I think Cooper's got a tougher matchup on his corner, on his side of the field, and Gallup's got a little easier if you look at it. So that's why I think Gallup will get. Cooper's still going to have a good day. It's going to be a. It's not like Cooper's going to be bad. I just think Gallup will get a little uptick here, and that's the way Gallup's going to go all year long. So it makes him piss you off in fantasy because you don't know when to start him, when not to. It's like,
Looks like he done
okay.
Gallup right out of the picture, didn't he?
He's still super talented. You got to keep him on your roster. You get an injury out there, he's automatically a high-end number 2 wide receiver. So he's tough. He's tricky.
Can you please go back to the Myles Garrett picture instead of that god awful one you have now?
I just had to do that for you, Michigan
Oh.
fans.
Hey, has your team got one of those in the last 10 years?
Yeah, that's a national championship trophy, guys. First one ever, undisputed. Yeah. Adam's like,
I'd
fuck.
rather see Miles Garrett fisting you.
Adam,
Okay.
Adam, who would you like?
With that pick, I
Anybody
would
but
agree.
Ohio State.
Cowboys or
Um,
Giants?
Well,
Definitely
I guess
not.
the Giants, since you said nobody without Ohio State.
No, I'm not taking the fucking Giants. I'm not in that same stupid gene pool like you to go for a fucking stupid out on a limb pick. I'm going Cowboys.
Oh,
So you're
no,
taking Ohio
now
State
Dave's
or-
getting sandwiched.
Yeah.
So hold
Well,
hold that
smart
thought. You're going
Einhorn.
to take the Cowboys, who's also a guy who's holding up a trophy that you're taking. I'm
I
just
like
saying.
that. I like that picture better. That's a nice one.
Yeah.
Leghorn and
Okay.
Webster Slaughter.
Okay, that
That's
one
a
works.
good one.
All right.
That one's cool. That's old school.
Yep.
It's
that's,
like two guys
that's
high
before-
fiving themselves
that's before
after they've been
Durkin.
inside you.
that's BD. That's before Durkin. Akers, who would you like?
Dallas.
Suds.
Dallas Cowboys. They will. I'd give 7 points.
Shrods.
Cowboys.
Doug.
Give me the Cowgirls.
Ooh, it's
I like it. Because girls
Durkin.
can't do things.
Durkin.
All right, so I've got a buddy on Twitter that he's low level with the Giants, but I really feel that when the Giants lose this game, it will already be the start of the end of the Daniel Jones and whatever the Gettleman era. So I'm taking the Cowboys, but I'm also predicting firings once the Cowboys demolish the Giants.
No,
Why is his first year
there
though?
won't be any. It's his first year. They're not going to.
Don't care. No, it's not his first.
Zolt.
Whose first year?
Zolt.
I didn't say
No,
Judge. No, I said Gettleman. I said Daniel Jones. I didn't say Judge.
Zolt.
Who's their backup though?
Who cares? They're fed up with him.
They weren't predicted
He
to
sucks.
win so much
They
this
weren't-
season anyway.
Right. Zolt.
Cowboys. I mean,
So,
Giants,
we'll see.
their D line and offense has actually shown signs of improvement, but the Cowboys just have way too much firepower. They don't have any defense, but they have way too much firepower.
Well, what hurts the Giants too is that Barkley's out. I mean, that's a big part of their offense right there.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Disagree.
That is their offense.
Drafting a running back number 2 overall is a fireable offense.
No, it's not. Colts at the Browns. And
Yes, it is.
Burridge has the Browns. Big D with the Browns. Sean with the Browns. I took the Colts.
Why?
What?
See, when you do something like that, George, you need to wait to the end and be like, "Oh, I took the Colts," not just throw it out there like that.
Oh no,
No,
I'm
no,
just
no. He
throwing
needs a good spot right here because the two people he said who took the Browns are from
three
Cleveland.
people.
3 people. He's also from Cleveland. Normally, sometimes takes the Browns, and he's going to take the Colts. Why are you taking the Colts?
Probably for the same reason I am.
Got a weird feeling about Phillip Rivers in this game.
Okay,
Philip Rivers' arm is like my arm.
because this
And
is
I've had
I gotta go on this one.
elbow.
I'm tired of this. That's the same shit you said to Brady. That's the same shit you said about Drew Brees. You continue to call them noodle arms, and they continue to kick everybody's ass. So could you stop with the noodle arm and the shit talking about these guys? They keep on kicking everybody's ass. You keep on saying they're washed up and worthless, and yet they keep on kicking everybody's ass, including the Lions.
Are you just sad because they're younger than you and I'm making fun of them for their age?
I'm making fun of you
Talk about how
because
you
you
call
keep
them
on
out.
saying these shit to them, and they're putting up hundreds of yards. Dude, didn't Breeze, who you said had a noodle arm, and washed up, just put 300 yards up on your Lions?
Yeah, and they were all screen
Oh,
passes.
okay.
It
Didn't
doesn't
Tom
matter.
Brady just put up
300 yards is 300 yards.
Yeah, it doesn't. It
Didn't
does not
Tom
matter
Brady,
how
who
they
you
got
also
there.
said was washed up, who you also put
Do you-
called noodle
do you
on,
want-
did 300 yards plus
Really
5
believe
touchdowns?
that a fucking like 3-yard screen pass that a running back turns into like a 30-yard gain is all on the quarterback?
That's their job, though, is to
Come
take
on
that short
now.
pass and turn it into
Yeah,
a
it's their
Tom
job,
Brady threw
but
some
and I
bombs
know
out there.
it's for
So another
fantasy
one.
football. It's
Who are you
technically-
taking, Durkin?
What game is this?
Exactly my
Colts
point.
and-
Focus.
It's not
Colts
the
and
Lions,
Browns.
So
Colts and Browns.
Oh, I'm taking the Browns.
Zolt.
The Browns seem
Colts.
real. Oh damn, Zolt.
Adam?
Oh, my.
Colts.
Shrods.
Browns.
Hey Dave,
Suds.
on the chat, look down and pucker your lips, and I'll look up and pucker my lips. We can kiss each other.
It's not 10 o'clock yet.
I would really
Oh,
like.
shit.
And out of respect to the Browns, I think they're doing really well, but I have to go with the Colts. I don't. I think they're gonna end up losing this game.
Doug. Doug needs a quarter. And I don't. Would you like the randomizer?
No. The Colts defense has been really, really strong. I got to give it to them. Colts.
Acres.
this really was a thinker for me. I mean,
Yeah, it
It
is.
is.
Okay, it's a
I mean-
tough one.
It's gonna be a close game.
they're both 3-1. Obviously, they've both got good defenses. They've both got potential offenses. Can we just get some freaking reporters on this game that could actually speak straight? But I'm staying with Baker.
Of course you are,
Okay.
Homer.
What do you mean? Of course I am.
All right.
It's true. This is
Akers takes the cake.
out of all the games that are literally potentially listed here. You're looking at it. This one could be one of the better games. of the
Better games, yeah.
Could be-
This
It's
is
going to be
actually-
less than six. It's going to be 7 points or less.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Dave, you've got it here. Browns 20, Colts 17.
What is gonna be
It can go
one
either
way
way.
or the other. I mean, it'll be close.
So we're gonna have our first game of the season. It's gonna be put under 40 points.
I don't know about that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
There's-
very well
every
could.
game has been 40 plus points.
Yeah,
Yep.
Sure.
yeah, it could. It very well could be.
I think
Absolutely.
Kareem Hunt's gonna have a very nice day.
Well, that's a thing too now because Johnson has stepped up in the role, and Johnson showed up last week when taking out Chubbs. I
That's fine.
mean, Kareem Hunt's gonna start.
Just
They're
so
probably
they
gonna do the
split.
split shares again. I would probably.
And Johnson's going to give him the
say-
short the short yardage.
Yep.
Hey,
This
I
is
think
gonna be
Hunt's gonna flourish in the
game
passing
where
game.
we're
That's
talking
Bryson.
about the slots. Hooper, Landry, and since Odell's hopefully back to normal again,
hold on.
the
Back
passing game is probably going to be on both sides.
Dave even mentions here.
back to normal.
Odell has a tough matchup here.
He does. Landry will have the better opportunity. Put it that way.
Didn't
Baker
Odell
gave him
score
the
like
ball.
4 tutters?
Right, but that was against the Cowboys.
Yeah, last
This
week.
is this
That's
is
not
the,
back to
also,
normal.
one of those touchdowns was from Jarvis. Just saying.
Yeah.
right,
Sharp
right,
might
exactly. Yeah, that's definitely like I said, that's definitely probably going to be one of the better games.
It'll be a
Bron-
good game.
Next up, Broncos at the Patriots.
Hey, real quick, George. Who won the week last week? I lost track of picks and stuff.
Burrich.
Did he again?
Yep, 12.
He's on fire.
Well, he got the lone eagle pick against the 49ers.
Yeah, because they choked that out.
Yeah, he got
Thank
the
you.
lone wolf and the. Yeah, can we just go right into week 5? We're just going to continue with week 5. We don't need to mention Burge on his pick.
Yeah, we don't need to talk about that asshole.
Considering that Cam Newton won't be playing this game.
Is he officially out?
Oh no!
Yeah,
Come on,
COVID.
Eric. He's not going to run the rock 50 times.
They still said he had a shot, I thought. But
Hold on, we have to pause this. Somebody made a comment that said,
let him say this, and I'll go ahead and fire back at you. Reason why he said that. Go ahead.
Good.
Hunt is not. There's not a running back in the league this year that's going to run the rock 50 times in a game. So get that out of your head, bro.
It's supposed to rain a bunch in Cleveland on Sunday.
Oh, okay. Well, the weather report on Wednesday means nothing on Sunday. Dave's brother will tell you that they really don't know what the fuck's going to happen unless it's like a day and a half ahead of itself. Right, Dave?
Fairly accurate statement.
Eric, I'm not going to disagree with you, and thank you for jumping in, because it's been a long time since I haven't seen your name on that screen.
We always appreciate the comments. Don't get me wrong.
But the question is, it's going to be a short game because if it does rain, it's going to be some short passing, which means you there. But they're going to involve Johnson again because they're going to want to try to put some stock on this guy.
Yep. I'm hoping.
Johnson proved to be a running back last week, which we thought he was just going to be there to maybe give Hunt some breathing space.
Are you talking about Duke Johnson?
80 yards up there was pretty good. No.
Dearness.
It was good, but that offensive line was really moving them off the ball in a big way. So I want to see him do it again against a tougher defense. That'll show us what we got in earnest.
You know you don't mean he's no Corey Dillon. He's not running the ball 45 times.
Right.
Speaking of blocking, did you guys see the block that People Jones put on last week?
Yes.
Where he drove that dude like 10 yards and then dropped him on his ass.
And I wish they'd get him more involved too, because that's just another weapon.
Yeah, well, he scared the shit out of me on that kickoff, letting it go. I'm like, oh, dude, you better hope the guy hits the end zone.
Throw something.
Yeah.
And I was waiting for the stupid homers to be like, oh, it's because he fucking went to Michigan. You know, that bullshit.
He's trying to call timeout in the corner.
Yay.
All right.
Hey, George, is it 10 or 10:30 for our
10:30?
What? When did it change?
For you, there, it's 10:30.
Broncos at the Patriots. We've got 2 Bronco picks and 2 Patriot picks.
Broncos at Patriots.
So,
who the hell is the starting quarterbacks for this game?
That's the problem.
Peyton Manning and Tom Brady.
Ripien is still starting for the Broncos.
Exactly.
Ripken and Hoyer.
Ripien still swinging for the Broncos, and
man,
the Patriots. I don't know.
Really tearing it up after doing that whole.
I don't know who's
Major League Baseball stint, and then
how do you say his name? Stidham.
Are they going with Stidham? So, Mr. Pick Six.
It's always good when you know what their names are.
So, Doug, who do you like?
Can we call a tie?
Yes.
You can.
You can. Yep. Yeah. Absolutely. You want to pick the tie? You definitely can have the tie.
And this is tied of 0-0?
No, there's going to be scoring. There's going to be scoring because neither one of them.
Why you get the point? Everybody else loses it.
Give me Denver.
Oh.
I think they're a little bit more together than New England is right now.
Suds?
I'm going New England.
Adam?
Who did Birds pick?
Broncos.
Damn him.
You went smart.
Yeah, I was going to tell you to do the coin flip, but I just, I got to go Broncos. I don't like Stidham or Hoyer at this point.
I gotta talk to Mr. Patriot here, Mr. Schrods.
So Cam Newton has not been ruled out yet. If he plays, I think it's an easy win for the Pats. If he doesn't, I'm still going with the Pats just because they're at home.
CVS.
Okay, should I put in the disclaimer now that if we find out that Cam Newton plays, or
Switch my
is
pick then.
playing, that picks need to be changed?
No, absolutely not.
Only if I can change mine to the Broncos if he doesn't.
Yeah.
100% not.
No,
Absolutely.
no.
Absolutely.
You got to make a
No.
call, not
It's-
knowing.
Now make it.
No. You make a call, we stick with it.
Why? I'm standing
Well,
by my pick with the Pats.
Well, it's like fantasy football until 1 o'clock on Sunday. You pretty much have your pick. You can still make an adjustment at Sunday before 1.
No.
So yes, Mr. Schrods, if it fails, sure.
I'll let you know.
1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah, thank you. 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Yeah.
You smoking a vape, Acres?
No,
it's
he's
Oh.
biting. He's
Oh.
biting a pen. Biting a pen.
Well, vape is
Acres, who would you like?
I like how they played last week, and I almost traded my pick for New England last week. And I like how they played, and I'm gonna stick with them. New England.
Yeah, I know. Durkin.
he's like.
I'm just typing. Durkin.
Well, George, just like Acres, I'm going to go with a dramatic
Oh, for the love of God, Zolt.
pause and say New England.
I didn't have a dramatic pause. I had an actual line there.
You had a dramatic pause. Shut the fuck up, Acres.
Dave.
I'm going to go Denver and hate it.
True Lock's going to get me
Big
murdered.
D.
Pats.
Well, Big D says 23-20. So this is he's looking at a nail biter.
How many missed field goals?
How many missed field? Really? Did you field goals? That's cold.
Goddamn overachievers with picking the scores. For
That is
Christ's
cold.
sake.
I think
Uh,
there's
but-
just so many damn variables in this game on both
There is.
sides. Like, I mean, Gilmore not playing. Does somebody go off on, like, does a wide receiver go off on Denver? I saw
Jerry
Philip
Jeudy.
Lindsay's back practicing. so, like,
Patrick.
And Jerry Judy could have a field day at coming out party.
Yep. If
Judy.
Cam ends up playing, like, what does he do? Sony Michelle now is on IR. So, I mean, I picked up Burkhead and freaking put him in, partly because I have no freaking running backs, but like,
Oh, you didn't go with White?
Get in there.
well, that's what I was just gonna say, Doug. Like, you have White, you have Burkhead, and then who the heck, Harris last week took the majority of the carries. So like, honestly, if I didn't have to start Burkhead, I would say start nobody, maybe Edelman, if that, on the Patriots side, but
I agree.
just so many different variables.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's kind of going to be one of those late games that you're going, please don't be on TV.
I'm SOL. I get it anyway. So
Yeah, you're getting it anyway.
Yeah, I was going to say, Andrew, unfortunately, sorry, buddy. The rest of us will probably get the Colts at the Browns.
I've got
Hoping
Hulu. I can watch any game.
The Colts at the Browns and the Giants or the Cowboys or 49ers games will be on the other channel probably.
that really, do you get every game on Hulu? Really? I just got that.
On Baker Mayfield's head, not on Baker Mayfield's body.
I'll have to
How do you
game
get?
on
How do you?
Hulu.
I have Hulu. How do you get every game?
DirecTV is the one's got NFL package.
Code.
There are
I
Dave,
can
there
watch
are
right now, it's Detroit and
Wait.
Cleveland.
there are ways on there are ways.
Oh, yeah, okay, I got you.
There are ways.
Okay.
And we'll leave it at that.
All right. I need to find those ways. I was getting ready to go get Hulu.
And maybe we'll leave it at that in the chat as well.
Yeah, exactly. Right?
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Yep. The Sunday nighter, Vikings at the Seahawks.
This is a joke.
Damn.
I don't think it is. I don't think it is. I think Minnesota's kind of finding themselves, and the Seahawks defense can't stop the pass for nothing.
That's,
Did you bump your head?
Oh my God.
no,
I think
that's
Seahawks win, but I don't think it's a runaway
Okay.
by any means.
Yeah, he's even got him 64. And I don't disagree with this. 34-30. Yeah, it's going to be
Yeah.
a shootout because there's
Yeah.
no
What?
defense.
What?
It's all
Didn't-
offense.
What?
Yeah, neither side could really stop the
Yeah,
throw.
they put the 66 on the wrong game. This is the one that should go 66.
And I'll
Yeah.
take the over on that.
Probably.
So the shootout race, Adam, who would you like in the race?
I'm gonna take dangerous all day.
Somebody knows his Twitter handle.
Rods,
Seahawks.
Doug,
I don't know where he lives though, there, Durkin.
Hawks.
Zolt,
Seahawks.
Durkin,
Teabags.
Akers,
Russell.
Suds,
Vikings.
ooh,
My.
Tony Wolfen.
And Cousins you trust, huh?
Lone-
No, I wanted to. I was going for the lone wolf. That's all this is. Shot in the dark, hoping for the best.
Okay.
He just likes his cousins a lot.
Suds, I don't hate the pick. If it was at
No,
home,
yeah.
I
Like
may be more interested. I
Mhm.
think Cook's been just absolutely on fire the last few games, and
He-
if they can get him going and
really
keep
has.
Wilson off the field,
Yep.
they may have a chance. And George, I don't know if you said it, but Seahawks defense can't stop. I mean, they can't stop the pass, but like if they can get Cook going too, then I think they got an outside chance. But I don't know. I just think Russell Wilson's having an MVP season, and I don't see anybody stopping
Yeah,
him. So
he's going to have 4 to 5 touchdowns easy, or he should have.
I mean, it's already been said, but the Vikings, they're putting themselves together. They're starting to look like a team now, and I'm very curious to see what Justin Jefferson comes out of this game with.
I am too.
Well, and we said first 4 weeks are gone, so now preseason's over with. Now begins week 1 in regular season, and let's see who can play and who can't play.
Yeah, I got Justin Jefferson on the bench and just waiting to see what he could do, and hopefully he could start breaking it out.
I would start him against Seattle.
Yeah, I mean,
Depending on your receiving
it's not a bad week to start him.
Right, pending on how you're receiving
Well,
and with a
let's
couple of buys, may not be a bad option.
see who I have actually.
The Monday night game is in question on location currently due to the hurricane that is supposed to sneak up and hit Louisiana.
Hurricane Delta.
Yeah. So it looks like this game could all of a sudden be moved from Louisiana up to Indianapolis as the backup. It'll be at Lucas Oil Field.
Just real quick, Manning, I got Hopkins, Robinson, and Moore from Carolina as my other 3. So, I mean, you got to set Jefferson for 1 more week until proven.
Yeah, the only guy I would think about maybe switching him out with was DJ Moore because Robbie Anderson's taking the lead role. Let's see, we got Panthers against
Falcon.
Atlanta.
The Falcon.
Yeah.
So that's going to be spread.
So I think I get what you're thinking there. I mean, but you're not going to go wrong with Moore or Jefferson, or you should. Although, that's a tough call.
Yeah.
Oh,
On Sunday, I'd be flip flopping on.
and I also have Patrick too from Denver.
I wouldn't mess with Pat. I go with any of those guys ahead of Patrick by a long shot. Patrick's had 1 game. Let's see him.
Let's see him produce.
Something tougher defense. They're going to scramble Ripken a little bit. They gave Mahomes all he can handle. So let's see what goes on.
And mind you, this is against Mr. Suds in Michigan League.
Oh. So it's just like, yeah, so.
Yeah, what? Whatever.
If the game gets moved, I really.
It should make a
The
difference.
Saints don't have anybody's. I'm sorry. The Saints had a minimal crowd in their stadium. If it's up in Lucas Oil, it'll be nobody.
It doesn't
Good.
matter.
It goes from Chargers having to travel to both of them having to travel.
Right. So
I just think it's
This
kind of
is-
funny. We start letting some of the people in the stadiums, and there's some COVID-19 hittings on some of these
I was
teams.
gonna. What was
Yeah.
it? Florida?
yeah, Florida's wide phase
Full
3.
capacity?
What?
No. Is anybody full capacity?
Yeah.
That's what the governor said. Yeah, go ahead, full capacity.
Yeah.
For all the stadiums, Tampa, all of them?
For the state of Florida, he has initiated phase 3.
Ron DeSantis is a fucking moron.
Oh my God.
Anyway, back to the Monday night game.
Okay.
Oh my God.
First of all, just because the governor says something doesn't mean you have to do it.
Sure.
The NFL can make a stand and say this is not a good idea, it endangers people,
Yep.
and we're not going to do that. Just because a governor says something doesn't make it law and doesn't make you have to do it. The Supreme Court just stuck it into the face of Witless and showed her that she can't do it either.
You
So
know
just
what?
because a governor
We're not turning this
Florida,
into a political debate.
Yeah.
just because in Florida the governor said
I
something
want to.
doesn't mean that the NFL has to do what the governor said. So it's up to the NFL to make a stand. If they don't want to have a full capacity, they can make a decision
Not to go full.
and not to do it. It's
You know
also
what?
up to the
I'll say
owner of the
this.
stadium.
Regardless of what the stupid fucking Supreme Court in this state says, I'll still wear my mask and I will still social distance. So
And
To
you
this-
can.
Oh, exactly.
To this date, the NFL has said capacity is limited by what your region says. Now we'll see if they'll come out with a separate rule because of that.
Yeah.
I'm just very curious what they're going to do.
The NFL will come up and say 25% max or something like that.
The Miami Dolphins have received permission to move to full capacity.
Jesus.
And they
fucking-
can if they want to.
The Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Jacksonville are also on that list.
Oh my God. Why are there so many goddamn teams in Florida?
Because it's
Half of
nice
them-
there.
I was gonna say, it's pretty.
But they all suck.
Hey, Saints Chargers.
Saints and Chargers. So, Big D, you
Chargers. I
put
think I
a,
went Chargers.
you didn't put a prediction score, but you
I
just
didn't.
said Chargers by 3.
I forgot to put it up there. I was getting busy there towards the end. What the hell's wrong with me? I don't know. I'm guessing at this. I'm taking my best shot on a Wednesday. I would go Chargers probably 23-20. I'm still curious to see if Michael Thomas is actually going to play. That's iffy. That makes a lot of difference. I think it'll be a 3-point game, and I think the Chargers can pull this out. So,
And I actually agreed with you on that because I also took the Chargers. Mr. Burridge took the Saints, and Sean took the Saints.
I really like Herbert. He looks really good.
He's looking outstanding.
And let's talk about Taylor's healthy and Anthony Lynn's a moron and actually starts him, which
Well,
he should be fired. But we'll
somebody,
see.
I was gonna say somebody will get fired,
Or it'd be on the phone.
and then somebody else will come back in and go, "Nope, sit." Akers, who would you like, sir?
Lights out. The Chargers. You know, Jesus, Junior Seau, lights out, son.
Oh my. Did you really make a Junior Seau joke?
We're going back about 8 years, 10 years.
Oh my God.
Goods. Save me. Your pick,
Char-
please.
Chargers.
Adam.
Breezy like a Sunday morning.
Make sure I bench him. Shrods.
Saints.
Why? Because I picked him.
Yep.
That's funny because how am I doing in all your leagues? I think I only have one loss between the two leagues.
Yeah, well, like I said, I've got Breeze, so I can't.
So do I. In one league.
Doug.
The way I look at it is if the Lions could beat, well, no. Let me scratch that.
4 Saints, 4 Chargers.
Chargers.
Zolt.
I think Michael Thomas is back and Saints lay the wood.
Durkin.
Well, to play off what Akers said, cock the shotgun and put it in my chest. I'm going with the Chargers in Junior Seau.
Wow.
And good night.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
That requires a mute.
That's I think that's an after 11 o'clock.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a way late. That's wrong.
Totally.
It could have been worse.
No,
Oh, light switch on and
that
off.
was
Oh,
bad.
it could have been.
That was bad. That was beyond bad.
You muted him at the half.
Lone Wolves are Suds and Akers. Only 2 lone wolfings.
I could have made a Robin Williams joke.
That'll get you hooked.
Oh, see what she did
I
there.
will hook you. You go towards Robin Williams, you will get the hook.
We're gonna send you to
Real quick.
Vietnam.
You have no idea how fast you would get the hook.
George,
Really quick.
who are the lone wolves?
Go ahead, do it. I want to see how fast the hook.
Suds took the Vikings and Akers took the Titans.
In a game that probably won't be played.
Whatever.
That was the Lone Wolves.
That's
Yeah.
the only lone
I
wolf.
took the Titans.
Didn't we picked this game an hour ago?
Yeah.
They said you took the Bills.
On that spreadsheet, I had Titans 27-24, and that kills Lone Wolf, just saying.
20. No, I'm sorry. Yes, it is.
Oh, let's go back to the you got to be a moron to take the Titans line real quick. Hold on.
I've been accused of being a moron, Akers, so.
So Dave, I'm interested. Why did you take the Titans when they have like with the wide receiver core that they're going to be, if they even have a wide receiver core, putting that out there?
Yeah. Their wide receiver room literally has COVID.
Which one?
All of
So
them.
Corey Davis isn't playing. He's out
Right.
on
AJ
COVID.
Brown's back. I think that'll take enough pressure off him. They can use Humphreys.
Is he going to play?
Jono Smith across the middle.
Is AJ Brown playing? I hope
He is
because
supposed to. He's back week 5.
oh sweet.
Now, the thing is, he's gonna get Tre'Davious White in that game. So I don't expect a lot from AJ Brown, but I think it'll take enough off that Jono Smith and Adam Humphries can have a decent enough day against the Bills, and I like Henry running against them. It's going to be a tough game. I just think they might edge them out here. I definitely don't think the Bills are going to landslide, but I could see the Bills winning too. But something tells me the Titans. Gut call.
Well, I mean, the game's not going to be played, and the Titans are going to forfeit it. So,
Wow.
Well,
We'll see where they're at.
Let's talk about this. Will the NFL actually give Buffalo a win?
no,
And will Pittsburgh come back saying that means we should have our win and then our bye week back?
you know what? Given what the fuck they did, yeah, give it to them. Fuck them. Fuck the Titans.
That's going to open up a can of worms because let's say I'm the Pittsburgh owner. I would say, wait a minute, you push my game back a week and there's no changes here. So you're going to make me play against them as you give Buffalo their bye week win?
No, I'm saying
I agree.
forfeit both games.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Then the schedule will have to go back. The Ravens go back to week 8.
Yeah,
Steelers get
that's
their
fine.
bye week back on week 7.
Throw it back. That's fine.
You know, they move the schedule around for this game, and if they put this forfeit out there, I think it's just going to open up a bunch of can of worms.
Hey, man, 2020 sucks.
Trying to find more injury update.
But I think they should do that. Like,
Yeah, right now it looks like AJ Brown was limited in practice today. Corey Davis and Adam Humphreys were both on the or are both on the Titans reserve COVID-19 list, and they're
Probably
two.
Humphries. Okay.
Yeah, he's out too.
Yeah,
So they're two.
Humphreys was on the first
yeah,
week.
they just have to knock this team down. If they don't, it's gonna be a mad show.
I thought they couldn't. Did they say they upgraded them on this Titans? I thought they were allowed to use.
Yeah,
their
but
facilities.
then they've had more positives. So
No, what I'm saying is right now, as of yesterday, they weren't allowed to use their facilities
No,
because they had
weren't.
another. Because so how is somebody
It's-
upgraded if they're not allowed to use their
Oh,
facilities?
you know,
It's
So-
literally called an estimated,
estimated
practice,
practice
record.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
If they had
And
practice,
Suds,
he
you
would
do
have been limited.
yeah,
Yeah.
So I
But
didn't
they-
realize what
they went and practiced on their own
at a high school.
At a high school. So okay, so we're on the same page.
A few players did, yes. But that doesn't clear
Like the
somebody.
quarterback.
It doesn't clear somebody to be taken off their IR or whatever they were.
Oh, not at all. It
So
makes
that's
it
I'm just
worse.
wondering how somebody was upgraded to something if their facilities are closed and they're not allowed to practice.
No, it's called the virtual. AJ Brown knee limited. Butler, Clowney, Evans, Jackson, Lawan were all
Jesus
a full
Christ.
participation.
I mean, I think the word George was looking for was clusterfuck.
They were in full participation
Full
in the Zoom
participation.
meeting.
in the practice that didn't happen.
Right.
The estimated practice.
I was gonna say, I'm sure it's an NFL bylaw. You have a game on Sunday, you have to put out an injury report updated on Wednesday.
And as far as the Buffalo Bills go, Brown, Ford, Hughes, Milano, Roberts, Wallace, and Davius White all did not practice. Cole Beasley limited, Jake Fromm limited, Zach Morris, Zach Moss limited, Phillips limited, Winters limited,
Yeah,
and
but
Josh
Wednesday is like the day for
Yeah, that's rest day.
everyone to get limited,
Right.
get rest. You can't really go buy anything until you get till Friday.
Friday.
When they start doing do not practices on Fridays, that's when you worry. Wednesday, that's like the rest everybody, take the day off.
Yeah, you get your Veterans
It's
Days.
just so hard to call and tell.
There is no way this game is happening on Sunday.
And
I
it
don't
might
see
not.
it either. It's going to be
I would
postponed.
bet anything.
There's going to be a week 18.
There's
with
not
like
going
2
to
or
be a
3 games.
postpone. Well,
Don't
there could be a
say
week.
that in front of
18.
Suds. Do not say that in front of Suds.
Bet your hair again.
Suds, no. Suds, sit, Ubu, sit. Sit, Ubu,
Good dog.
sit. Good boy. Durkin,
You almost lost your eyebrows.
Durkin, I'm only going to save you this one time. From this point forward, just
You're on
don't
your
say
own.
the BET word in front of Suds, okay? Just,
It's killing it too.
yeah.
Please
I
let
mean,
me.
do you really think I'm going to let that motherfucker shave my head?
Yeah.
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 No.
You got a little. Hey, if you make the bet, you got to stand up to
I
it.
will
You.
totally
You make the
renege
bet,
on
you
that
gotta
bet.
stand up
Gotta
to it.
be a man.
Nope. Sorry. My girlfriend has said she doesn't want me bald. So I'm going to renege on that bet because I
Oh.
like blowjobs. So I'm not going to.
There's going to be about 8
No matter
people
what.
holding your butt down.
No, not.
Can we not go there? It is not 10:30 yet.
We're gonna have your girlfriend shave your head
It's
for
week
us.
5. It's week 5.
Yeah.
It's 10:27.
Yeah.
Do we
Not 10:30.
and Dave? Do we really think
I thought
that
it used to
Stafford's
be-
gonna get better?
When did 10 o'clock turn to 10:30?
No, but he could certainly get hurt pretty easily.
Right.
That is true. Fair point. Fair point.
Keep it up, Dirk, and it'll be 11 o'clock for you.
Stanton hit another home run.
Who did?
What's the score now? It was 8-2 last I saw.
You know what?
On
3
the
minutes.
MLB live update.
Goddamn fucking minutes.
All right, guys, I do gotta jump off, but everyone have a good evening. Good luck this weekend.
And
Unless
hope
you're playing-
everything's going well with you and your physical rehab and
Stuff.
everything. Hopefully.
Oh
that's
yeah,
going well.
man. Oh, whole.
Definitely appreciate it. Yeah, getting better.
Yeah,
getting
man.
better.
Get better. Get better, brother.
Good to hear.
Like,
Good
Appreciate that, guys.
I hope everything works out well for you.
Have a good one, buddy.
Keep working at it, bro.
You take it easy, Mr. Shrods. We'll catch up with you soon.
You guys take care. Thanks.
See you on the
Take
flip.
care. All right, George, I'm going to jump off too. I just want to say
I
hi
got
to
two
the
people.
boys.
Yep. Thank
Good
you
luck.
for popping in,
This
sir.
All right,
weekend,
Mr.
fantasy
Dayton Manning.
2 minutes.
Appreciate it as
Take it
always,
easy.
Big D.
And I'll catch you guys. Catch you
Big D.
Sunday, D.
8-4 Rays.
Hold
Okay,
on 1
as long as they're
second.
still
Big
up.
D, Big D, Big D. 1 second. Ohio State is the worst fucking thing in the world.
Why? Let him tell me why.
Oh God.
There is no, there is
No,
no
no.
why. He's just gonna say it.
Oh, I don't care. He amuses me.
You music.
I love you guys. I'm sorry. Don't unmute me,
Do
George.
you just hate Ohio State because we've been beating you for a while, or
Oh,
Yeah,
he just
that's
hates all
exactly
Ohio
the
State.
answer.
No,
I mean, to be fair, he dated you guys back before that too.
And no, I mean,
Yes.
Michigan hates Ohio State. Ohio State hates Michigan. I
Fair.
respect that.
I grew up hating you with a passion.
And I
of
grew
a
up
thousand
hating
burning
you
suns.
with a passion. Like
Can we
there's
bring back John
nothing
Cooper?
worse than a Michigan fan. They're not too intelligent. They stink. No.
Go ahead. You're right so far. You can't deny any of that.
I'm just kidding.
Now Dave's really starting to get in with the group.
Bye, Dave.
Just give it.
That's
Just
the way
give
it's
a couple of
supposed to
a couple of weeks to get into the group and get to know everybody.
Yep.
It takes
He's
a while.
comfortable
I'm
now.
pissing everybody off. But
Right? Nope. Hey, if you didn't, you wouldn't be loved in the group.
yeah,
Ugly
Exactly.
shirt, by the way. Ugly shirt. Ugly
And,
shirt.
the week of the
Oh.
Ohio State Michigan game, which you
Was-
probably know it
was
won't
some-
mean shit anyways, are we gonna have to go on at like 11 o'clock at night just so that way because you know that's gonna be nothing but like rated NC like or rated
Oh,
whatever.
How much I have to hit
Yeah.
the mute all button? Yeah, I
Do
know.
you know how
At
drunk
least it
I'm
looks
going
like
to
they moved
be
the
after
game to
that
the end of the schedule.
shit housing?
That was good to see.
You gotta understand
That
like
schedule
this is gonna
back.
be like you're gonna hear so many different variations of how to use the F word. It's gonna be ridiculous.
Oh my God, it will be like he'll be
Like,
like,
get the flock out of here.
Quick
Yeah.
question before I get out of here. As you guys are Michigan fans, how bad do you want Harbaugh out of there?
If he loses
not
bad
bad.
this year,
No, we're still giving him. I'm still
Oh,
giving him.
bullshit.
He
I'm
hasn't
done with
beat
his
us.
ass.
No, you're right. But what he brings is
Yeah.
he literally brings national attention to the program. All
Yeah.
the stuff in the offseason that everybody bitches about, everybody's talking about the school, even when nothing else is happening.
Yes.
Really? Okay. Well, that's from your guys' perspective. So I'm just curious.
I mean, last time they had a winning streak, he stuck a booger in his pocket. I'm just saying.
And
it wasn't in his pocket.
Dude, whatever
He ate
works,
it.
man. Whatever
He ate
works.
that sucker. He ate that
He
sucker.
ate that
So
sucker.
here's the
Much
problem with
more
that.
tattoos, motherfucker.
Ohio State.
Here's the problem with the thought about Harbaugh, about that whole brings attention. When we're driving down the road, you see a car accident and everybody stops and stares. Is that the attention you really want?
No, he's
It
just
hasn't
yelling.
been a car. It hasn't been
Or
a
did
car
you-
accident.
Your seasons have been car accidents.
No,
But
the
that's not
Ohio
the
State
attention I'm
game has
talking
been a
about.
car accident.
That's the attention you guys get. Car
I'm
accidents.
talking the off season.
He's getting recruits.
That's like the lines like we're the greatest Super Bowl. I mean, we're
You know
the
what,
greatest because
Suds?
off season.
What
we
fucking
win all the
team do you
time.
even
Lions-
like? What fucking team do you even like? Like every time we bring up a team in Ohio or Michigan, you just fucking rattle on what fucking team?
Michigan
What's your
State.
fucking team? Give me your
Michigan
fucking
State.
team.
State.
He's
Michigan
Michigan
State.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
It's
Mel
Well, Bunyan's
Tucker,
staying in
for
Ann Arbor for
fuck's
a while.
sake. You'd rather have Mel Tucker than fucking Jim Harbaugh? Fuck you.
And then with that, we're officially.
Well,
Yeah.
In fairness to Michigan State, they have beat us a couple times in recent years, and Michigan hasn't.
I mean, come on. Michigan State can't be your only team. Give me another fucking team. Give me another goddamn fucking
Just
team.
saying. Harbaugh has
Just
not
give me
beat
another
us.
fucking team.
It's cool because we all know what's going to happen. Ohio State will run through the Big Ten.
University up there.
No, I
Ohio
want to
State
talk to Suds.
No, hold on, let me
Give me
finish
another
first.
fucking team that's not Michigan State.
What is it,
Because you like football a lot. Give me another fucking team.
I don't have one for football.
He doesn't.
Oh, fuck you, you fucking
What are you
liar.
saying, Adam?
Is that Ohio State will run through the Big Ten because they have the easy ass cupcake schedule yet again, and then they'll get smoked by fucking Clemson.
Well, they didn't get smoked by Clemson last year.
Well, they'll lose. They haven't
There's a
beat them
couple
yet. And they won't
questionable
beat them.
calls. They could have won that game easily,
But they didn't.
But they didn't, and you're right. You know, they lost. I take my lumps when Ohio State sucks. Trust me.
George, pull the schedule up.
I've got it right here. I knew you'd want. I knew that.
But I will say this in Ohio State's defense: we got to that game, whereas you guys were home watching TV, I believe.
And that's fine because I don't think Harbaugh would have a fucking snowball's chance in hell to even get there.
I know. I'm just messing with
He
you.
wouldn't even know what to
the
do.
new schedule, which starts on the 24th, is Nebraska at Penn State, Rutgers at Maryland, Indiana at Illinois, at MSU, Michigan.
Yeah. Part of the problem is
Cupcake.
the Big Ten is not as tough as it should be. I mean, it's
That was
You
that
avoid
was-
Wisconsin. You avoid Iowa.
well, that's the way they. I hate
They're
the
not
way
in
they
the
chop up
division.
the
They're
divisions
not-
and everything. I prefer playing Wisconsin and Iowa every year, like we used to, and you know.
You're
that's
talking about a team who walks through schedules. It's Wisconsin.
Yeah.
maybe with time.
Anybody in the Big Ten for that matter, really.
I mean, there's a lot of bad schools in our
That's not
conference.
true because the Big Ten has had the most top 25 teams in the last 3 years, and everybody's on SEC so much. Last year we had 6 in the top 15.
Yep, that's true.
So they're sitting here saying that the Big Ten is the weakest conference in there. It doesn't make it. If they're the weakest conference, then why are you ranking them in the top 25 so much?
Yep.
They're not the
Well,
weakest.
And then
they're
you
just
only
stronger.
have 4 SEC teams.
Yeah.
As of right now, the worst conference is looking to be the Big 12.
Which usually is. It's usually West Virginia or TCU. Maybe Oregon? No, Oregon's not in that one's pack. Who's the other one? Texas A&M?
You got Texas and Oklahoma.
Yeah.
They both got what, 2 losses already?
And how about that kid who played one college game and says, okay, he's not playing in the spring. He's just going to go right to the NFL draft. Trev.
He plays one game and he jumps to the draft.
Game.
Yeah, North Dakota State. You know,
Yeah.
real powerhouse. Carson Wentz.
That was
This is his 3rd year then?
surprise. Michigan schedule at Minnesota versus Michigan at home, at Indiana.
When?
What do you mean? Oh, Wisconsin
When?
loss. At Rutgers,
When?
Penn State
When?
loss.
That's in Happy
Maryland.
Valley.
It's not. No, it's at home. It's in the big house.
No? Thank God.
It's in
Doesn't
the
matter
big
where it
house.
is this year, guys.
Penn
I'm
State's
actually
ranked
agreeing with him on
ninth.
this one. It
Yeah, then
doesn't
how's
matter.
that going to hurt Penn State not having the whiteout?
Oh my God. David just made the worst background I've ever
Oh, that is the thing.
seen. I thought you were leaving.
Oh.
Great.
That's
Honor defend.
bravo. Bravo. Well played, sir. Well
Nothing
played.
prettier.
Well
You know what?
played.
Do like your college does and don't
Well
say
played.
a word that has an M in it.
Well played.
We try not to.
Yeah, but you
Try
always
not to
fail.
support losers. I mean, 0-7, boys, under the hardball ring. Just saying.
Well, that's what we did to you during the Cooper regime.
You're right. Cooper
And
couldn't
Cooper
be
got
too
fired.
nice for crap.
And he got
But they brought Tressel in for it. Cooper sucked.
Yeah,
He lost
Cooper
all
sucked.
the games. Trust me.
How many years did Cooper coach Ohio State?
What's that?
How many years did Cooper coach Ohio State?
This is a decade, wasn't it?
Like 10
It was
or
like
11.
13.
Seven.
He was like 2-10 against Michigan, wasn't he?
Yeah, it was a
He
long
was
fucking time.
Terrible, and he couldn't win a bowl game either.
Nope.
And they had some good teams, and he was terrible. He was around longer than he should have been.
That was before my time.
You're fucking like 50 acres. What the fuck are you talking
No,
about?
he's not. Not even close. He's younger than you are, dude.
Actually,
Really?
I think I'm the only 50+ person here, but outside of maybe Dave.
Specify which day.
Oh, I love that. I love that so much. Oh, that's my favorite thing of the day. Oh my God. Oh, he called Dave 50. Oh, fuck yes.
Oh, what the fuck was that all about?
Oh, damn. Diana's throwing things at him. Oops. Uh-oh.
All right, boys. I am out of here now. You guys have a good night. Thanks for having me.
Boy.
All right, Mr. Manning.
Thank you, sir.
Oh, he's less than 50? Oh, my
Oh,
bad.
he's way less than. He was born in 1975.
Not
Manning?
talking about me, Durkin.
No.
Oh, you're talking about the other
Manning.
Dave?
Manning
Oh,
that
yes.
just left. Yes.
Son of a bitch.
He's
Nice
still
try.
55.
I really,
He's
Was that?
He's
like
back.
in the
I'm 55.
bottom of my heart,
I thought so.
hoped he was
I
talking
thought so.
about you, Zolt.
No.
I hoped he was
No.
talking about you, you
No.
motherfucking bald bastard.
No. I knew Zolt was a youngin.
All right, see you, fellas.
Later.
Fuck you.
You guys, just to let you guys know, if you can still see his name on the bottom of the screen, that means
He's
he can
still
still
there.
hear you.
He's gone now.
Yeah, but he
Yeah,
can
it was-
still just
there's
post
two
look on
Daves,
Facebook
and-
listen.
I thought he was talking about Zolt and
I
That's
was wondering
funny.
why you were like Bolton and Zolt. I'm like, he's talking about Dave down there.
Oh God.
I'm the youngest in the room,
Yeah.
how old are you, Akers?
35.
Oh, fuck you.
God, you're a baby.
Told you.
Jesus Christ.
And I'm pretty sure the next person ahead of me is Ryan.
Bird?
In which Ryan, in this case, would say, "You're still a bitch."
Yeah.
That's not true.
Yes, Burridge is still a youngin too.
Dude, I remember celebrating Zolt's 30th birthday
Yeah.
about
10 years ago.
50
Like 4
years
decades ago.
in the back room of a Rite Aid at 15 in Coolidge in Troy.
Yeah.
Oh,
See, that's why you got.
What?
That's
That's
why
your
you gotta
dad's
play.
store.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was my dad's store. He had a cake. It
Yeah.
was-
That's why you got to
it
do
was-
what my
it was
brother-in-law
nice.
does and says he's on his like 15th anniversary of his 30th birthday.
Nice.
A buddy of mine does that. His wife was doing that for his 21st. Third anniversary is 24th.
Right.
Fifth anniversary is 21st. We were like, all right, it's enough.
When my mother turned 40, she goes, "I'm perfect. I'm 2020."
Oh, God.
Oh, shit.
Bump.
The cheaters have lost.
Yeah, I already said that. You said they were winning. I'm like, they lost. The game's over.
Yeah, they lost.
Who lost?
The Cheers. One more game and then they move on.
Oh, the Stros?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh,
Would love to see them lose all three.
Oh, so would I, but that's not going to happen. They're going to win the next one.
Oh,
This series is what, the 5? Best of
Yeah.
I
5?
actually
Best of
had
five.
a small Twitter debate about their ex-manager being named the new manager of the Tigers. And people were against it,
Bora?
kind of. Hintz or whatever his name is.
Yeah, AJ.
Yeah, AJ Hintz. And
And
I was like, you know what? At this point in time, fuck it. Let's win. Let's go Belichick.
win at all costs. I mean, you
Pretty
can't
sure
get
they're
any
looking
worse.
for it now.
You can't.
right.
You can't get any worse outside of maybe Pittsburgh.
I mean, it's not even managerial, but like, let's just.
The talent is not there.
They have talent.
2 outs.
No, they don't.
Not what they
if
need.
they-
They don't have the talent that they need.
If they had talent, they would have
They
been contenders.
have-
They were not contenders from the word go. They don't
They
have
have
it
talent on the mound.
yet. No, they
It
have
just
like
wasn't
one,
utilized
maybe two people.
properly.
They have one, maybe two people. That's it.
I
They
don't
need
know. You guys got a lot of good depth in there.
We've got a lot of prospects.
I was gonna say Durkin's not wrong in this because even I took notice on a couple of the Detroit pitchers, and I actually was even picking them up in fantasy baseball and winning with them. So, you've got a couple of guys who can definitely dish in there. You do.
I mean, the fact that minor league baseball didn't happen this year hurt.
Yeah, it makes it.
It didn't hurt their development, but it exposed them to a level of hitters they weren't ready for yet.
Well, it gave them a little bit of experience, is what it did.
Yeah, and it was actually probably better for them in the long run. It wasn't great for them this year, but
they, like I said, they still did good enough.
yeah,
They were still doing good enough. And if the good enough is just the start, then yeah, you could be sitting pretty good.
All right, guys,
Yeah.
I gotta run. I gotta get this kid to bed. She ain't to bed yet, so time to get her ass down. So
All right,
see you
bro.
guys next
All
week.
right, Adam.
Good luck.
Good luck, Adam.
Thank you.
don't get shit on your face. He was putting a kid to bed. I've been shit on in my face putting.
Yeah, but this kid is much older than
Yeah.
that.
Oh, I didn't know how old the kid was.
Yes.
He was the kid was on air a couple of weeks ago. She's like what, 8 or 9, something like that.
I don't remember that. I'm always drunk when I'm on air.
Pretty much.
But I
Well,
just
that would explain a
I
lot
have
of
been
things.
Shit on several times by a child.
And I'm high most of the time, so I mean, what's your excuse?
Schedule.
My
Look at
excuse
schedule,
is
talk
that
about the
she
Steelers,
just
the Titans.
shits explosively in my face.
Okay. We're not talking. No shit talking.
That's
Doug
our
asked me the
whole
question.
show.
That is pretty much the whole show.
Oh Lord.
Doug asked me the question.
Well, then we're off the air now, damn it.
As soon
Go
as
ahead and put my ass on mute.
as
I
soon
can't
as
say
I
anything.
said it, I saw your reactions on. I'm like, yep, forget it. Never mind. Yep. Oh God.
Now I have
I
to
mean,
sit in
I
silence.
need.
Look.
I need a drink. I'm out.
If
Yeah.
you never had shit in your mouth, you've never lived.
Hey.
No, thank you.
See,
Damn it.
see what I did there? I knew George was looking away from his computer, so he couldn't mute me. So
Really?
But he could still know
Look away and
you
mute.
now.
No problem.
and you know what never happened today? There's one thing that never happened today. That always
Michigan won a
happens.
championship.
You were able to do a full functional
Akers.
thought.
Yeah, that's good call. F you, Akers.
Yeah, fuck
No,
you,
was.
Akers.
no. That
No,
was
it
taken
was-
care of. That was taken
It
care
was
of.
brought up. It was
That
brought
was-
up real early.
Yeah, that was taken care of.
Fired that for like the last hour and a half.
Oh yeah, that was taken real early.
Yeah.
Well, I don't recall it, and Dave didn't recall it either. And
Yeah.
Dave is
I don't pay
Behind it.
attention.
Zoltowski is a very steadfast.
I don't pay
And-
attention.
Rewind the
Yes,
tape.
you
You'll
did.
hear it.
And you're jumping into the basketball. We have another championship that was won by the Storm of the WNBA. So there's another
Wait,
playoffs taken care of and wrapped up.
Are we talking WNBA?
Yeah, we
Why
cover
not?
everything on this
Heck,
show.
I was gonna say
because
we touched
cover
on the
marble racing. We
touched on the NHL draft.
I
I
mean,
mean, my God.
But that's the NHL draft is better than the fucking WNBA.
Actually, no. I would watch the WNBA over the NHL draft any day.
And I would watch
You
West
got a
Bloomfield
daughter?
High School play Losher before I would watch the WNBA.
Dirks, you got a daughter?
I do.
Okay. You better start beefing up the women's sports now. So in case she ever wanted to become an athlete, she could start getting paid like some of them get today.
She's not going to be an athlete. She's going to change the world in another way. She's actually going to be the quarterback for the Detroit Lions, simultaneously being the president while going to Mars. My daughter is a genius, and she will do everything.
okay.
And
The
they say
Lions
I'm the
thing
one
might
on
be
trial.
conceivable. The Lions thing I can buy.
I've got nothing.
You ended it fine. I'm perfectly okay with the genius and can do everything, and I just threw away everything from before that.
Hey, So what he's saying is she's going to go to Michigan. She's going to be a football player and become
Yes.
president. She will be the second
Yes.
person to be able to do that in Michigan.
Yes. Yes, it will work.
Who
Do you know why?
Who
Because
did that?
she's incredibly intelligent.
I'm sorry. Who became a quarterback? Who played football for Michigan and became president?
Gerald
Gerald
fucking
Ford.
Ford.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah, he was an O lineman.
That's
Every time they
Yes.
show his picture, it's always in that Michigan uniform and a football uniform.
Remember the name Bristol Durkin. I'm just saying it now. I don't know if it's going to be all those things I just said, but it'll be some of those things I just said. It might not be any of those things I just said.
I mean, that's like my daughter. I hope she becomes whatever she wants to be. For anybody's child, I hope they become whatever they want to be. You know, this world is taking a giant turn and it needs to change. And we're still waiting to see when our joking around, they made a TV show about it, when the first female is going to play in the sport. You know, Baltimore
Yeah.
Ravens have a female football player, but they won't play her because Tucker's there.
Let something happen to Tucker and watch how fast she goes in.
But that's the thing, though. The NFL is challenging it because they're afraid of the hits.
A kicker does not get hit or is not supposed to get hit, so there's no rule.
Usually they don't get hit. They can get hit, though.
And I was gonna say she gets
And
hit. It's really one thing. It'd be the first drop kick right in the nutsack.
You know what?
Entertaining as hell.
My girl knows how to kick me right in the nuts when
Yep.
we play Tickle Queen. So you better watch out if you're trying to tackle
I
her.
want to see it evolve. I want
Because
to
she will just like be like, oops, I slipped. Boop. Oh,
see it evolve. I
that's
want
your coin purse? I didn't even know.
What they want. I mean, why? What makes it any difference that only the males are getting played? Why can't we bring back a league of our own? Why can't we bring back the baseball or the actual bring back softball, baseball?
You know what? Fuck you, Akers is on the same page as me.
I would actually like that.
I think the softball would be more entertaining sometimes than the fucking baseball right now because of all the shit.
And I think
Fundamentals would be a lot better.
Right? I mean,
how old's your Akers? How old's your daughter?
9.
Your daughter's 9?
Yep.
Wow.
And it's Bryce's
That's even more
girlfriend, but he
emotional
wants-
than
he
me
won't
because
admit
my
it.
daughter's turning 3 in November.
If my daughter would listen to me, she'd be a good bowler.
No, in all seriousness.
All seriousness.
Bryce listens to Mike
Third in
better
the
than
Pepsi Classic up here, and she didn't want to listen to me for one game. And I said, just get up there and release it, let it go down to where it's supposed to go, and you'll get your mark. She gets all little fussy pants and says, no, I'm going to do it like this. And she throws it right in the gutter. And she says, I go, you going to listen to me? She says, no. And she throws it right in the gutter again. I said, you going to listen to me? She said, okay. And I told her where to stand. And she threw the strike, and then she threw a spare. She lost by 3 pins.
Sounds about right though for a daughter.
Hey, now.
It
not
really
listening.
does.
That's why sometimes I was like,
Every
I mean,
kid does that.
I always say it.
Yeah.
Every kid is like it, no matter what it is.
I was showing Doug this earlier.
I like that
That's
team.
not a badass Aces design.
That
Like-
is fucking sweet.
Yeah, I like
You
that.
make him.
Bad.
But why don't we ever make these things with an XLT? Like I need a T on the end of the XL. Like I'm fat and tall. Give
Oh,
me a
I'm like, what the
goddamn
hell?
fucking T.
I'm like, what is the T?
For tall.
Yes, for
Give him
tall.
this XLT.
Like I am fat
I
and
don't know.
tall.
Wait, what is
Give me
tall?
a
Because I've seen some of
fucking
these guys up in
T.
Michigan. I'm just saying.
No. But no, I was very impressed by that design. I said that is badass.
No, it's an impressive design. Don't get me wrong. It's
Yeah.
very nice.
It is very
But-
badass.
Just like all the sizes are like if I get a shirt without a T, I'm just like wearing a belly shirt like out on the fucking driveway like Hey guys, you want to
How
see my
tall
belly
are you?
button?
5'6"?
I'm 6'6".
6'6".
You're not 6'6".
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, he is.
Then why do I tower over him?
It's just on your
Because you're
perspective.
7'9".
It's
Motherfucker, you don't tower over me. You don't tower.
Yes, I do. I see the top of your head every time.
Shut the fuck.
It's your
No.
perspective.
Yes, I
Doug.
do.
He sees
Yes,
your
I
bald
do.
spot every time he's around.
Every single time. Yes, I do.
It's because
Yeah,
like,
it's usually because Durkin's sitting down and you're standing.
and I'm always looking down because I'm used to like in
Dude,
business.
I'm
like, having
taller
to,
than
like,
you.
look
You shouldn't
down
be
at
looking
people.
down at me.
How tall are you, Doug?
I'm 6'8".
Oh shit. Well, okay. Well, you're taller than me.
Like I just said, you should not be looking down. You should be looking up.
When Doug hands out candy,
I
he's
see you
working
one
on
time,
that.
goddamn a year. How many times do I have to look up?
Um,
Every other time in my life, I'm looking down at people. So I'm just sort of like,
used to
That's how
looking-
I know you have a
Bud's
bald
is
spot
just-
back there because I see it every freaking time I talk to you.
Nice.
motherfucker,
You're
there's
not
no
si- you're
bald
not
spot.
6'6".
There is no motherfucking bald spot.
Mary's
Yeah.
literally.
Yeah, right
Yes, there
there.
is. Yes, there is.
Yep,
That's my
right
mother-
there.
You are not 6'6". You are
Mary
closer to
is
6'4".
on the floor.
And you have a bald
No,
spot.
I am 6'6".
No,
It's been
you are
medically
not,
confirmed.
buddy. No, you.
I was in the
tower
hospital
over you.
2 months ago. It was confirmed. I am 6'6".
No, I tower over you, buddy.
No,
I
By
say
2
clear.
inches.
it's not.
No,
by-
I say clearly over your head. Clearly.
dude. No, when you guys have both stood almost side by side, I'm gonna keep it that way. You've stood side by side. Trust me, you guys are right there. You are.
He's 6'6" and he's 6'8". He is 2 inches. The
No,
only time
don't-
he-
no, just leave it alone. Just leave it alone.
That's what
Just
she
leave that
said.
alone. Mary's literally, yeah. Now there's laughy faces. Yeah, she's on the floor. Dave, you might want to text her and just check with her if she's breathing.
She's fine.
Dave, is Mary your girlfriend?
And is oxygen needed?
Wow.
No, I'm just like I don't know who your girlfriend is. That's your girlfriend?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna make her a friend on Facebook.
Uh,
Oh Lord!
Well, you know,
I would
there,
bet
well,
down, that's
yeah,
fine.
see to that. Yep, and now she's rolling. Yeah,
Yeah, I do want to point out that was the first mute.
yeah, it's amazing. It took 6 minutes left to go.
Well, I mean, Dave is one of my best friends in life, so I want to make his beautiful girlfriend one of my friends.
She has to accept you.
Right.
Don't
Oh yeah,
accept.
she
Don't
has to accept
accept.
me right
And
now.
she could also do something called block, which is what I would do.
there you go. Now we're talking.
You do what I do. Just
Dude,
let
I've
let
gotta-
the thing sit there.
I don't need
Just
her.
let
I've
it
got
sit there and simmer
I've got
for
a
while.
girlfriend. I don't need her.
Mary Palmer, if I
Wait,
sister
wait.
don't count.
We always watch what you just said. I have a girlfriend and I don't need her is what you literally just put in the same line.
Those are the two sentences you put together.
Well, no, I was just trying to like explain it.
Yep. You're just stop because you're just digging.
You're just digging yourself further and further into that hole,
Oh, the
buddy.
Padres
Shut
are
up.
What the
things
fuck is
interesting.
rolling on the floor? Oh,
Well,
rolling on the floor, laughing my ass off.
Yep.
Okay.
Looks like the Rays took care of the Yankees, so that's
Yep.
2-1 Tampa Bay, and the Padres are making things a little more interesting. In the top of the sixth, they're down only 3-4 against the Dodgers. In game two.
What was Dodgers win the first one?
Yeah, Dodgers won the first one, and Padres. They're like I said, it's game two right now. Top of sixth, 4-3.
I want the
Did I not have
Padres
this
to
on?
win. I want the Padres to win.
I just want to point out last night
Bellinger is
Yankees
out.
lost. The Yankees lost with Judge, and then tonight, last at bat, 2 outs. Judge is up, and he grounds out to end the game.
Clevenger is out
Acres.
and cannot return until the World Series.
Every game the Yankees have lost has been with Judge.
Oh, shit.
Oh God.
Mike Clevenger has been
Who
removed.
is that?
from
my.
the roster
What?
as he continues to deal with the effects of the right elbow injury. He was removed from the roster, and the soonest that he could be available again to be put back on the roster is if San Diego
All the
made it to the
debates.
World Series.
That's going on.
That's interesting.
Watch 2.5 Men in a few
Very
minutes.
interesting.
What's going on? I've watched 2.5 minutes of this shit. And
Did she say 2.5 minutes or 2.5 men?
Two and a half men. She was gonna watch. She was gonna watch 2.5 Men.
I did that last night. I was
Oh,
watching.
well, with that, for boys and girls, we're going to turn around and.
Time. I think it's time.
hold on.
You know,
Do I get
it's
my
like, hey,
two-
guess what?
Hold
You
on,
know,
George.
I've got a
Do
new
I get-
fragrance, and nobody in the
George.
liked it.
Do I get my 2 minutes to rant about the fucking Lions?
Good night, boys and girls. We'll see you on the flip side.